Why would you press it and then turn it?
Hello.
Why would you press it and then
Yeah, let me put the mute
it's not even funny. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And click the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm La Hefa.
on. I'm SmileyJizzle. What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all doing today? How was your weekend?
Anything?
I mean, you ain't watch anything new. You ain't.
When I ask the question.
Um. The you ain't learned nothing new.
No, I didn't watch any. I watched. Well, I talked about it yesterday. I finished watching the Wu Tang, but that's not new because it was already out. I just had stopped watching it. I didn't finish it before when it was still when it had just came out. But no, I didn't watch anything. I'm trying to think. Um, I don't know. What did I was just watching podcasts mostly. I was watching JBP. I need to watch some more tax videos. I keep taking a break because it's just boring. But I'm gonna do it, guys, because I really want to learn how to day trade. I know I I mean it's not even really about learning how to day trade. It's learning about how to read the charts. So this can help you with the stock market overall. It's not necessarily just for day trading, but it's just knowing how to read the graphs and being able to predict when it's gonna go up and when it's gonna go down, stuff like that. So that's what I'm trying to um do now. But let me think. Did I watch anything new? I watched this movie called Bloodline, but um, that was this guy was like unaliving people's parents that they were abused. Like he unalived like three people. He was a counselor, and the kids came and told him they were being abused, and then he did that. And he was like raised to be an unaliver because his mom well, I don't even think it was his mom. I think she unalived somebody else, and then she raised him, like, because he was this little boy. So that he became an unaliver. But then one of the boys found out that he knew that he did it because he caught himself. Like he said something that he never told him, and he was like, "How did you know that?" Because the father said that to him before he unalived him. And he was like, "Oh, you must have told me." He was like, and when he said that, he was like, "You know, you done fucked up now, don't you?" What movie was that? Was that from Juice?
Mm-mm. Minister Society.
But yeah, so when he said that, he realized, like, I didn't tell him this. How did he find this out? And he's like, I know you. Then they investigated him, but the charges didn't stick. And then he came to his house with a gun, but he wasn't about that. So, and he didn't do nothing to him because he had this thing about him was like saving children because he was as a child because that lady took him in, so that was his thing. That's why he was killing the father. But so he didn't do anything to the kid, even though he tried to kill him. But then his wife, it was just crazy. Like, and you gotta watch it. Called Bloodline. The guy that's in, I forgot his name, but he been in other stuff. And I was watching the JVP. They was talking about what Trump did, and they was talking about that lady, um that lady, what's her name? That the ICE agent ran her. I mean, not ran her. That shot her.
The dude,
What's the lady's name?
the lady that got murked.
Yeah. by the ice
Oh,
agent.
Nicole Good.
Not Nicole.
Huh?
It was Renee.
Renee. Oh, Renee Nicole Good. My bad.
Oh,
My
her
bad.
middle name is
Renee
Nicole.
Nicole Good. Yeah.
Um, yeah, they was talking about that, and it's just crazy. And I didn't look at the picture, so I didn't even know. I never watched the video. I just was hearing you told me what happened, but I didn't know that the lady was white. So that's even crazy. If they shooting them, like they already been fucking with us
Yo,
forever.
but
Like
this the thing, and I'm not making it right. They be doing extra shit, yo. They Karens, like, they be going out of their way to do a whole bunch of
I
extra
guess she
shit.
was trying to help other people because she seen them in the
Yeah,
town and
but my nigga, what the fuck? Like, nigga, like, it's either one. All right, like, you put yourself in harm's way, and it's the thing about that peaceful protesting. Like, it's not really peaceful. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you might be on some peaceful shit, but the people that you with, they might be mad passionate about this shit and be out there trying to, you know what I mean, get motherfuckers shot at and pepper sprayed and all this extra shit. Like, I ain't come out there for that. I came out there with the picket fence to walk around and fucking tell motherfuckers I'm standing for these rights, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? I'm not coming out there to get shot. But when I got people that's with me and they doing extra shit, they throwing eggs at the cops. And I'm not saying that that's what they were doing, but I'm saying if you doing extra shit to antagonize the police officers, then it leads to them, all right, you disturbing the peace now. We gonna arrest you. They could give you whatever they want and hold you for 24 hours, but you gotta go with them. Once you get on their nerves and shit, like, and it's not fair. It's like, oh, you should be able to think about what people are saying. You should be able to get on a cop's nerves without having to go to jail.
but
Like,
I think
you doing too much.
Mark Lamont Hill, he brought up a good point. He was like, to um if they want to arrest somebody without unaliving them, they have done it in the past. Just like they went over there and captured the president without any violence or whatever from Venezuela. So I mean that's a harder task to do, to be able to go over there and get him over here safely and whatever. I mean, that's not the saying she's not the president, but I'm saying there also been times when they just arrested people where they exhibited what worse things that she did and they didn't unalive them. But it's like it's just seemed like that's what they wanted to do, and a lot of people are saying like the demeanor of these ICE agents is like they're fed up, they're mad, and then with the whole situation, like so they're just because it's like it seemed like, well, from what people describe, like I said, I gotta watch the clip because I didn't watch it, but like he
Watch it
was
now.
just ready to do it. Like I know they said she got in the car, but then they were also saying she let this what Ish said, she let like three other cars go before she started driving. So if she was just trying to like she wouldn't like she let like three cars went and then she turned the wheel, so she wasn't like what other people said too, she wasn't trying to hit him. So you and then it's like you said, um uh don't call me white girl. I forgot her name. Mona. She's on JBP now. She said he's in a car. You could have shot the tire. You said that too, or whatever. Like it's like he wanted to, or that's the impression that people have, that he just wanted to do it. He didn't care. And we know you're capable of bringing people in because people complain about this all the time. Like if a white person, typically, if a white person gets arrested or they commit a crime or they're and they bring them in without incident and they are safe in custody,
Mm.
then they say, oh, if that was a black person, they want to, as if you want that to happen. That shouldn't happen in any case. If you can avoid it, which we've seen it happen before, then why are you so quick to like, you know? But I don't know. It's just sad that somebody lost their life, and it's just crazy the way stuff is happening. What I'm saying, we can't deny that there's still racism. So if they're doing there, I seen a video of this guy. He posted a video on Instagram. He had to call his job to prove that he is American. He's black. He looked black to me. He's just light skinned, but they thought that the ICE people came up to him with a mask, and now they're wearing ski masks and stuff. What's the good of the point of you having a they got the camera, the body cam or whatever, or you recording them, you can't even see their face because they got ski masks on. Since when is that? It's like y'all some thugs. Not saying like, but it's like that's not the appropriate attire. Usually you don't see that. Like you come like I don't know. It's on some other shit. Like so the guy is delivering the mail. He drives the mail truck. The ICE agent walks up to him and he like, are you an American citizen or whatever? They start questioning him, and he's like, yes, I work for USPS. Like I'm driving. They thought he stole. They tried to accuse him of stealing the mail truck, and they was like impersonating a mailman is a federal offense or whatever. He ended up having to call his supervisor so she could, and he showed his ID, and they were like, "Do you have anything to prove that you're an American citizen?" And then he was like, "My birth certificate, but that's in the house." And he's working. He's driving a mail truck, and then he ended up having to call his supervisor, and then they confirmed it, but they didn't say. They just like it's nothing.
So they're just like profiling people, just like you look like you might not be.
And I said this was gonna. I said this because sometimes you can't tell. Sometimes people do look like, and maybe he was mixed or something like that. I could kind of, but it's like it's easy for them to say that because now you're just sending everybody back. So if this is what you're gonna be doing now, like people are a hardworking man doing his job or whatever. Like this is what and I don't know if this is real or not. I just seen it on Instagram. It looked like it was a real video. Like he was recording himself. He was sitting in a mail truck, and he said what happened. So I don't know if it didn't seem like it was a skit. I know people be making skits, so it could have been, but I don't know. But that's just crazy, and it's not far fetched to that they would be doing that because how do you don't know all of these people? Some of these people are hiding or whatever, and he's still actively trying to send people back to their country or whatever. So they probably is doing that. Because if these people not documented, how you gonna find them unless you? So it's like in a way but I was like you looking for you being far fetched, like, cause I mean I guess somebody it's possible for you to steal the identity of a mailman, but that sounds like, and I'm sure maybe people do the identity theft happens all the time.
That's
but I
definitely
think
like
that's
somebody
elaborate.
trying to do something. They dress up like somebody
That's
else.
That's very elaborate. That sounds like a movie or something. Like people don't typically do stuff like that, and you like it just sounds crazy. Not saying that it's not possible, but they're grasping at straws if you're doing that. Like, what's the percent of people that is really stealing mail cards and dressing up? And that's what he said. Next time we'll wear your full uniform. That's what they said when they left.
Come on, man. That's a violation of your American rights. So check this out. People are arguing that they shouldn't have masks on. These agents.
I think that is weird because we're taught that there's a time and a place for them. And you could say, "Oh, you're cold," but you could put a coat on. You could wear a hat, but like the purpose, you're supposed to be able to be recorded, so we're supposed to be able to clearly see who you are. Like that's like if you go to work with that, you would take that off. If you depending on where you work, if you work in an office setting, you're not gonna go to work with a scully on. You're gonna take, or they typically that's not. There's a dress code, so this is a professional thing that's what your job is. It's a professional setting. It's not an office, but you're expected to behave in a certain way and dress a certain way, and that includes your attire. So I don't think it's appropriate if you're an ICE agent to be while you're on duty walking around trying to capture people with a mask on. Like the people should be able to see who you are, and that's often categorized with criminal. Not saying like I have a scully, so I'm not saying like that's automatically, but it has a negative connotation with it because people wear those to rob places and stuff to conceal their identity, so it doesn't look good. It's given like you're trying to hide something, like you don't want people to know who you are. But this is your job. You work with the public, so you can't be walking around covering your face up with only your eyes showing. That's crazy. Like to me, in your field, you need, especially with all the stuff going on. It's like you trying to do some slick shit, like because you coming to work with your face covered up.
Hmm.
Um,
So my only challenge to that is depending on the branch of the government and what you're forced to do, it is one of the objectives to conceal your identity. Now, I don't know if these agents may have had other operations that they had to do outside of this, and that's a reason that some of them have to conceal their identity so that people are, because nowadays people can freely record with their camera and all this other stuff. So while people are doing that, they're catching these people identity, and they're able to broadcast their identity all over the world. And these agents who probably have done different operations can be identified, and they can locate them, and their family can be in danger. That's a possibility. That's a stretch, but it's understanding that these are not normal police officers. These are military personnel that have been forced to basically provide this level of security for Homeland. So these are Homeland Security agents that are in like basically another department within Homeland Security specifically to detain immigrants that are not legal citizens of the US. So that's really like, and they could have worked with the DEA. They could have, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's the guy that was undercover. He was pretending to be such and such and such. Now his family's in danger. You know what I mean? Because they don't care. They still take these fucking jobs because they gotta pay their bills. That's like what we was talking about before. Like a lot of times people take these positions not so much as like they love doing it, but because they get a pretty decent payout and they're able to support their family. You know what I mean? But some of them actually, they get a thrill out of this fucking shit. They're adrenaline junkies. So you get the occasional those people, but you also get the people that really enjoy what they're doing. And it may be rare, but there are some people that take their job seriously when they work that hard to get to that position. Somebody wrote something in the comments. I can't see it for me.
you ready to be the sole empire on the planet?
Um, nah, that's not what I would look forward to. Um, I look at I look at the U.S. as like more of like trying. I don't know. I can't speak for Trump's administration, but I think like for periods of time, it seems like we're trying to make the best decision for everybody. We're thinking for you, even if you don't want us to. We're doing it anyway. We're imposing our will, and that's really like what dictators do. So it's really not free. And if we're violating it for a reason, for our own capital gain, then that's criminal. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't want it to be just like, I want every country to be their own individual country and have their own individual culture and all those different things, because that's what makes the world beautiful to me. You know what I mean? I don't want everything to be American. Everything's Americanized. It's just it pisses me the fuck off sometimes because I live here, and a lot of people think we're arrogant and we're spoiled, and we're not. We got to work within our country's realms. Yeah, we might get paid more, but the cost of living is a lot higher. So we work so hard to do so well. You know what I mean? Not even good, just well. You know what I mean? Just survive. Okay, what you wrote there.
That's exactly what I'm looking forward to. We are the world mob boss that forces others to pay for protection. Exactly. We are imposing our will because we are an empire. I love it.
Mhm.
Says Leneric 1467. Sorry if I mispronounced your name.
That part. Well, shit. I mean, I don't. I don't mind being the world champion for anything because I'm very patriotic, but for the right reasons. I'm not a per. I don't have a moral standard where it's like, well, it's only right because we did it. You know what I mean? Like if it's
Don't want
wrong,
to
it's
be a
wrong.
bully.
Yeah, I'm not about a bully. Like I'm not about that.
What's the phonetic spelling? Can you put it? Can you write it in the chat?
What's the phonetic spelling for what?
Lynn Eric.
For Lynn Eric?
I'm asking them because they said
The phonetic
nobody
spelling for
pronounces
what?
for their name because they said nobody pronounces it correct. That's okay. Do
Oh,
you,
it's phonetic. So then it's Lima. You said it's I.
it's Lynn Eric. Lynnnerik.
Oh, Lima, Yankee, November.
No, I meant the pronunciation, not
Uh,
that. I said he said if it isn't he or she, I don't know. If it isn't us, someone else will try. Do you know what power vacuum theory states?
Power vacuum theory? Nah. Explain that. Explain that to the layman's. Power vacuum theory. Matter of fact, I got my chat GPT right here.
So it's Leneric. I gotta say it all together. I broke it up.
Oh, okay, so what was it? Power what?
Power vacuum theory.
Where a central power disappears, a government falls, a leader dies, an empire withdraws, or an institution collapses, something will rush in to fill the gap. That something is rarely stable or benevolent at first. Power hates empty space. Power vacuum theory explains what happens when authority collapses or is suddenly removed and no stronger replacement is ready to take over. So that means that we're just gonna take over their country, pretty much, right?
Someone is.
If
It's a lady.
if nobody steps up,
It's a lady.
yeah, the vice president, but I don't think he wants her to be in charge.
That's how it works.
It is how it works,
The
but
vice president.
yeah,
I'm
but
just
what if she? What I mean, I don't know. There's a discussion about him not appointing her. So what is that about?
about who now putting her the president of Venezuela.
Nah, uh, Trump,
You can I how is he appointing a
because
president for
he
another
just sees
country?
their leaders, so he got to make sure that the rest of them not corrupt.
Where's the leader? Yeah, I don't know. Trump is just he's he's doing some lone wolf behavior. I don't think everybody's on the same accord with him with this that he got going on. But God bless us all because I think he's erratic at times. I don't think he's doing things for the right. I think he's doing it for other reasons than what he's saying.
Is he doing it for
Saying
likes? yo, yo, Trump starting conflicts for likes and clicks. This motherfucker crazy.
do it for the gram.
They took him off of mass social media platforms and shit. I be trying to follow him on shit, yo, because he be saying crazy shit.
Mona said she broke up with a guy or stopped associating with people because they was wearing MAGA hats when he was first
Come on, man.
like, what do you think about that?
A MAGA hat with a Chicago Bulls uh home jersey, shit go down, bro. White and red. Nah, I think it's stupid for people to just not associate themselves with people because of their political affiliations unless their ideologies dictate um how they behave, their behaviors. So if they're disrespectful because they believe that this person should be the president, then they're a disrespectful piece of shit anyway. So it doesn't matter. A lot of times, I don't like to get into politics discussion because I don't care. But I'm gonna give you a really good discussion on both ends because I listen to both sides of the coin. Everybody's arguments have a substantial um, I'll say it like this. Everybody's opinion is substantial. Let's put it like that. All right. Everyone's opinion is substantial. However, some people believe that because these people believe this, that is detrimental. Like you got to understand why people want to be pro life and why people don't want to be pro life because of the anomalies, because of the what might happen type of stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't want to be like from one frame of thinking, like cookie cutter, as they say. People don't want to be cookie cutter. You don't like certain things that other people might like. So if everybody's like, I don't want you to ever change the Big Mac. I want the Big Mac to always stay the same. Don't ever change it. But somebody might want the Big Mac with chicken on the secret menu, and you're gonna take that away because you don't like it. Like that's not fair. If there's an option, then let that option be available to everybody. You know what I mean? So that's why I think that's the beauty of a democracy in the first fucking place. Like the freedom for everybody to have an idea or an opinion, not one thought or one rule, but that rule can be voted on. Like we don't have to go with this. We don't want to live in a fucking dictatorship. That's why everybody wants to come the fuck over here because they leaving from a dictatorship.
He said, everyone's opinion is not substantial because everyone's opinion is not based on fact. That's the comment.
But an opinion is not supposed to be based. Well, let's just say this: most opinions aren't really based off of a fact most of the time. They're based off of your feelings, your experience. There could be fact, but a lot of times your opinion is just governed by the situation. It's circumstantial. It's subjective. An opinion is subjective. A fact is a fact. A fact is objective. But if you're gonna say that everyone's opinion is not substantial, that's not fair because you don't know everybody's experience.
He said that's exactly why it's not substantial because it's just not based on fact. But because I would argue that it is based, like if I say I don't like someone because they did X, Y, and Z, that's a fact. They really did that. You may not have seen them do it, so you don't know if
Right.
it's true or not. But if it really happened, then that is a fact. They did this, and that is the reason why I don't like them. If you're just saying you don't like someone without just, I think that's what he's trying to say, without a reason why that can actually be proven, then you don't have
You
a
have
leg
a
to
right to
stand on.
have your
You have
perspective
the
based
right to
on
say it,
your
but
interaction
it
with that
doesn't make
individual.
sense.
That's your experience with that individual, which could be your truth. You know what I mean?
There's
Like
only
we
one
had an
truth.
argument. We had an argument before a long time ago about there's an objective perspective and a subjective perspective. Then there's an objective truth and then there's a subjective truth. The subjective truth is based off of perspective because to that person, that is their that's That's what they see. That's their perspective. So that's true to them, to their eyes, to their vision. The reality that everybody else sees is just, okay, the cognitive dissonance between what we see in reality is what we know it to be. You see that computer. But if I'm blind, I only know what you're telling me. Everybody else sees that computer, but I don't see anything but blankness.
That doesn't make it untrue.
That doesn't make it untrue. But what if I had heat vision? And I'm saying, okay, you can see that, but what I see is an orange and kind of a weird colory flash on it that I see, and you see a black computer. My truth is what I see. You might disagree with what I see, and I'm telling you, you see that which is true to you. But with my vision, I can see the inside of it. I can see the heat signature. The heat signature is this color. So
There is no the truth is or his or her your truth. There's only the truth. I agree there are objective and subjective truth. My point is that a purely subjective perspective is nothing but a preference. And that's
right,
the truth. That's why he's
I
saying
agree.
it's not valid
I
because
agree.
it may not be based off of fact. It can
Not
possibly
saying
be.
it's not valid because that's what I'm saying. That's what an opinion is. An opinion is a point that someone else made. So that's like nobody's a point. Nobody's point is valid. It can have some validity to their argument. It can even help their argument, but it's a matter of perspective. That's why it's good to listen to understand and not to argue. Because a lot of times everybody's everybody has a need to be right. Some people are actually a subject matter expert on things, and some people have their own experience on things. But a lot of times, what we know may not be relative to what someone else may know from their environment. What they grew up to understand may not be the same as what we grew up to understand. There's something that's an overall tradition, and then there's something that can be cultural traditions. What's an overall tradition that we celebrate that everybody celebrates everywhere? What is it?
They said, do you agree that your
Like,
senses can sometimes trick you?
absolutely.
A
Yes,
subjective
I do.
perspective can be valid. I think you mean it isn't necessarily sound.
Okay, yes. It's not necessarily sound, right?
So then you agree. Because
But he
you
agreed
said
with
it's
what I
not
said.
substantial.
It
That's
it it, it can be that like all right, so it challenges your argument. It may not be right, but it forces you to think outside of whatever the norm is or what the regular frame of thinking is. Like you're looking at it as like, okay, glass half full, glass half empty. There's other ways to looking at things. But if we're talking metaphorically, somebody speaking on something and they're saying something in a way that they understand it, you have to understand that individual to understand where they're coming from. Because two things can be right in some situations, not all the time. But that's why we have these variables. We go by the average because it's the biggest number that we're looking for. But those numbers are skewed and those numbers are not always sound, as you said. You know what I mean? So sometimes we really got to go off of, our experiences. Do we have similar experiences? Have you experienced the same thing that I've experienced versus whatever you read on the internet or whatever you've seen? Tell me what you experienced. And then I'll be like, damn, I experienced that too. Or maybe I haven't experienced that. But if we have the same experiences that go against the rule, then what does that make you think? Does that make you think that sometimes these numbers may be off a little bit or a lot?
you also have to understand that person's anecdotal experience can be a false experience due to their information or senses tricking or lying to them.
But what's the number of those people?
We don't know.
Right. We need numbers for numbers. Like, so we don't even know. That's why I say, like, if we're two
I don't think
intellectual,
that's a
if
large
we're three
number.
intellectual people having a conversation and we all understand the same thing and we all believe like, okay, well, I know this, you know this, you know this. So by numbers, three people in a room out of three, most of us know this to be right. So that's a huge percentage. And we're just having this conversation. Imagine how many other people are having conversations. Are we so special that we're the only people that know that this is right? You know what I mean? Like sometimes you have to go off of similar experiences, and you look at the people that you're talking to. If you're going for a specific group, yes, you're going to have differences. Like our Christmas may not be the same Christmas as the white people Christmas. You feel me? But we still have Christmas. We still celebrate that holiday. You know what I mean? To an extent.
You won't get numbers on that. That's why logical reasoning doesn't accept anecdotes. We all accept logical proofs, syllogisms that can be backed by the laws of logic and fact. Yeah, and you can't trust those statistics, the stuff that we even have statistics for anyway, because people do be lying, people do be making up stuff in their head that didn't actually happen because of past trauma and stuff, and creating a whole scenario that didn't even happen, like or whatever. Like so, you gotta take into account that, and then people they don't want to be viewed negatively, even though it's a survey and it's supposed to be anonymous in most cases or whatever. Like they they want they want people to perceive them a certain way, so they may not answer the question if it's gonna paint them in a negative light. They may not answer it with the truth.
Yeah, I mean, shit. You never know. Like one thing you can't lie about is, I mean, well, can't really say is off is when they know the number of prisoners that they have in their prison, they counting heads of the people that they actually have confined in their fucking shit. There's no way around that shit. So they know how many niggas in their prison, and they telling you that this is the number, and people still saying this is what it is with the averages. How the fuck are you saying that if this is the number of people that's in the prison?
But how do we know if any of that's accurate?
I don't know. Like, you know
I
what I
mean,
mean? I'm just
you want to
saying
believe in
you
something or
want to
have
believe
faith in
something, right?
something, but
I
we
guess
actually don't know for sure. We're just going off of the
we
data
don't.
that's put out there.
We're assuming that people are doing their job,
Yeah, we're
and
trusting them
it
to be
right.
honest.
And here's the thing about people: whenever you deal with people, there's error, human error. So it's possible that the numbers could be fucked up. But I'm saying they're making people come out, counting them, going to their cell, giving a count. They could fuck up, but if they fuck up, there's consequences when they do fuck up. Then they got to get it right before somebody realizes they fucked up. So I know they have all of these contingencies that they have in place in case shit like that happens. But I also know that you can't plan for every single little thing because some things are things that never happen.
The reason prison inmate numbers are an estimate is because they are constantly being released or imprisoned. It's literally a revolving door system. We can't give an exact number at every moment.
That's true. But we'd have to look at both rates. We have to look at exonerations and convictions to really get the. I got that data too, by the way. I'm not gonna do that today though. That's for another day. I definitely got that data on this computer. I literally,
But they could know
it's
the real,
under
the
it's
true
under a
data.
file called stats.
But
Hmm?
they could know the true data, but be withholding it from us and telling us something different for whatever reason. It could be various reasons why they would do that. Because I know that's the next question when you make a statement like that. It's a conspiracy theory rule. But I just don't think that the government, they don't have our best interest. They're not worried about the people because right, they're humans. Humans do human things. They're not like a separate force that can only be positive. They have emotions like anyone else, and if you got a person that don't know how to control themselves in a position of power, or may not, we don't know these people in their personal lives, but we've seen some of the things that they've done in public and make you question if we're in capable hands or not. And then like this whole situation with the Venezuelan president, like what if someone came over here and kidnapped Trump? And like,
But you
what?
gotta think about it. Like
That's
that's some bullshit. You gotta do a lot of shit to do it. People talking, everybody know what's going on. Like it's gotta be, you gotta be really ill to do it. You gotta be on some James Bond shit to pull that off. If you do pull it off, then I you deserve you deserve it. Cause you worked hard for that shit. But nobody is that bold. Nobody got a team that's really that efficient. They got robots, they got all types of shit. But we see everything that's going on. We got people boots on the ground. You know what I mean?
I got
So
my boots on the ground.
it's a lot of shit that people don't know. That's why um I think I just got an update today. Was it today? Yeah, it was today. That they got like they trying to look for US citizens that are in Venezuela right now and shit. The government.
They're stopping people are getting stuck if they're out of the country or in different places. Like even Puerto Rico is a part of the U.S., but there's someone that said they was stuck over there because of the issue with between us and Venezuela. Trump was. They said she said there's no flights going out. They she got to wait till next week, and she
Mm.
was supposed
She
to
was
be
trying to go to
leaving.
Venezuela.
No, she's in Puerto Rico, but that's affecting them too. Like if a
Oh,
U.S. citizen is in other place, that's one of the areas. Like I mean, that's still a part of the U.S., but Puerto Rico is. But she's saying she went there on vacation, and because of what's going on in Venezuela, like they're not letting if U.S. citizen if you go in certain places. They're not letting you come back right now. So she says she
that's
can't. There's
crazy.
no flights available till next week.
That's crazy work.
And I guess she was right. And then it's like you're on vacation, so you're staying in an Airbnb or a hotel or something, and you're
Right.
prepared to leave. So what you gonna do? Do you got enough to stay there for a whole another week, and then you gotta pay for another plane ticket because unless you was able to switch it or whatever. But that's crazy.
That's crazy shit.
But other people said that too. Somebody it on the JBP podcast they had I think it was Mark. He was like he had went I forgot where he went. He left the country though, and because he went to do a speaking engagement somewhere, and they were trying to keep them there because of what's going on. Like he heard about it when he was over there. Like it was like it happened while he wasn't in Venezuela, but it was another country, and he I guess he put a ban on anybody that went to certain areas or whatever. If you're a U.S. citizen, you can't come back right now until we straighten this out or until further notice. But then they ended up letting them go, so he didn't have to stay. But it's like that's crazy. What if you go on vacation or something, or you going to work because he was
You
working,
can't.
and then you get stuck out
You
there.
can't right now. Yo, and because of what he doing, like if you go to one of those places, imagine you go to one of those places that he deporting people back to, and you just want to chill there. Like, how they gonna treat you, yo? They gonna treat you good. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like you gonna trust your food? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's ugly. Like, yo, America is the world's most wanted right now.
This is America.
Yo, that video was funny as fuck. Yo.
Shit. And he was dancing.
Yeah, they had him.
But the symbolism, though, it's I don't know. It's some tough times that we in right now. We don't know what's yet to come.
Well, I could tell you some funny shit on another note. So, have you heard the latest with Offset?
No, what happened?
All right, so disclaimer: be careful when you pillow talk with the ladies, fellas. Um, so I guess he was messing with this chick named Selena Powell, who's like an Instagram joint, like a vixen or something like that.
I know she nasty.
Yeah, and
That's what App was in love with
he
her.
leaked. Yeah, he leaked out information. Well, she leaked out information because he owed her some bread. And every time he be coming over, she be like, "Yo, like, are you gonna give me my money, like, whatever?" He'd be like, "I'm not giving you none no more or whatever." And she like, "I am really gonna give him some type shit." But so I'm like, "Yo, like, I mean, she bold about it. Like, you gotta give her flowers for her being as bold as she is with it." But that's crazy.
So what? She said she was gonna sleep with him.
She been sleeping with him. They've been smashing. But I'm
And
saying she been telling everything Cardi B got a restraining order on him.
because he don't want to let it, but he upset that she don't have that man baby. She might as well stay with Offset because
His baby mother is bad though. His baby mother's fire, yo. Like
she might as well have stayed with Offset because if you left him because he was cheating, and this nigga got like 5 baby mothers while he
that's
was
what I'm
with you.
saying. I don't understand.
So,
Like,
like,
listen, I'll be honest with you. Like, it's just like it's a challenge. But like, I guess because dudes be on the road, they be wanting to get something. They get a joint and she be alright, so they like fuck. It, I'm about to fuck with her, or whatever. But it'd be a headache, yo. Like a whole bunch of shorties, like it just be a headache, bro. One girl is enough, bro. Like especially when you got bread like that. All the shit. Look at all these rich dudes. Look at all the shit they going through with having multiple women. Like it never works out in a good way, bro. Like you get one that's with it, that's with the plan, that's good. She a good woman, you could trust her, and stay with her, bro. Like I don't know, like I can't really give niggas advice on relationship shit, but I'm in a relationship. I'm happy.
was it's not up to just him. It's up to both of them. And Cardi B, in this case, she left him. So you, yeah, stay with her if y'all both want to stay. But if somebody's trying to exit, you can't make them stay. That's why he got a restraining order. Probably because he can't let it go. He tried not to. He tried to stay, but she outside.
Oh man,
I mean, well, she
it's
went.
just it's just crazy. Like that black love shit. That should be like it don't matter. Like it should just be like just love. You know?
Prove the action. Put it so you can both.
It should be like just love. It shouldn't be black or whatever. Cause like I don't know. We don't be having no real strong examples like that. Like when you think
Real
about
love.
just people
I'm searching for a
really
real
like
love.
holding each other down through all the
Someone
fucked up
to
shit
set my
that
heart.
life gonna bring you. Like right now, all the shit that's going on around the world and motherfuckers can't get it right in their relationships. Like that's just crazy. Crazy addict.
Right, y'all gotta stick together.
Z fuck. This one
And
you
that's
need
it.
each other the
And
most.
here we go, another relationship. Fetty Wap just got out.
Oh, free Fetty.
And
Fetty free.
and both of his baby moms done cussed him out. He wasn't even out for 48 hours, or well, he's been out now. This already happened, but it was like within a few hours. Like Masika, that's one of his baby moms. She was on Love and Hip Hop,
Masika.
and Masika Kalisha,
Yo.
and she cussed him out. She was like, 5, 4 hours out, and you still a BAN, and you know, what did I do?
It's sad.
And then she was like, "You ain't come see your kid or whatever." It's like, damn, he just got out.
Is he gonna be making music? That's what everybody want to know. Everybody want to know. Fetty out. Is he gonna be making music? So he is making music.
No, I said he did an interview on the Breakfast.
What'd he say? You watched it?
He said they did ask him, "Oh, is you gonna be making music?" And he said, or what type? Is it gonna be the same style that he been? And he was like, he just do whatever feel right. He be trying to switch it up sometime, or it may not be the same. But yeah, he going eventually, but he's not working on that. And now he just got, and then they said that too, like, you don't gotta rush into I mean, like, how do you feel
you don't. Because
everybody, it be so much pressure. But then when Max B got out and he was in the studio and doing
some people hit the ground running.
No, but people were,
Biggie
it doesn't matter
that,
what you do, because people be talking junk, because they were saying he need to sit down somewhere, like stay in the house for a little while, relax. You just came home.
Man, like, you gotta get back on your shit.
What I'm saying is, no matter what you do, people are gonna have something to say.
Right, that's true. But you got. I guess you just gotta do what's right for you, really. But we would assume that your intentions, because this is what you do, is to get back on your shit and get back where you was. You know what I mean? And try to get back into this.
Kids, he needs to.
Yeah, I mean, this is his bag. This is what's there for you. This is their lottery ticket. Like, you feel me? So like, you would expect them to get back on their shit if they love doing it. Like, cause I think like a lot of them like doing it. They like going to the shows. They like traveling. They like, you know what I mean? They like that shit. So if they like that life and they like that money that they get from that, then they need to go and pursue it. It's better than being in the streets. You could still rap about the streets, like they saying fuck the streets now. It's sad. It's sad. Like,
it's sad.
It is sad because they say like fuck the streets. Like,
that's not sad.
It's like fuck slavery. Like,
that's not.
It is. It is. It is. The streets exist. Like, it is. It is what it is. It's something that happened. It's something we experienced. So everybody just look at it as like, shit. The streets was what. Shit. It is what it is. But they saying fuck the streets because the street people have rules, like you can't snitch and all this other shit. But if you from that lifestyle, would you agree? These are the rules within that lifestyle. If you ain't following that lifestyle, then it's different. But if you follow that lifestyle, you can't claim to follow that lifestyle and not follow those lifestyle rules, right?
There's also a saying that goes, "There's no honor among thieves." Why you expect a criminal to follow any set of rules? They're a criminal.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that's what they say or whatever, but why you shouldn't? I wouldn't trust that all the time, because their whole character is inherently bad because of the stuff that they do anywhere, the situations that they find themselves in. And a lot of times, people is snitching. That's what they feel, because they're gonna save themselves. They're not trying to. They hard until them handcuffs get on them, and then they be about to shit themselves. Like, that's when the bitch come out. So it's like, it's like, if you think about
everybody be a tattletale at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy. Somebody told on Maduro in Venezuela, and that's how they got a tip, and then they was investigating them, and and they was able to.
That's how stuff you
At the
find
end
out.
of-
Somebody always got to tell. What if it was your loved one? Where you want if something happened to them?
It's fucked up when it's your own people though. When it's somebody that you know that got you, like that. That's just crazy.
You know what I'm saying? If something happened to somebody.
But they've been investigating. They had like, I guess they had these motherfuckers like undercover and shit.
But it's just drugs. I don't think it's that big of a deal
It's
considering.
not, but they using it as an excuse. They
That
using it as an excuse.
Just pardoned this Honduran person for the same offense.
But he wasn't the
it don't matter.
leader of a country,
you can't do that.
The leader of a country corrupt like that.
You
when they find out you corrupt, see, your government's supposed to do that. But then if you start doing dealings with us and it's affecting us, then we got the opportunity to defend ourselves. Because that's like an act of war. That could be defined as such. I don't know, man. It seemed like it could be a little bit more critical. Like if you trying to take, because what do drugs do to people? What do they do to people?
It depends what kind of drug you're taking.
Fentanyl.
You kill a lot of people.
All right.
But some people
so this is what they put in our country, and they got people bringing here, and we losing lives because of that shit. So we could say there's a biological attack.
Is that what he was bringing in?
I don't know.
Exactly. So that argument.
He's bringing in harmful drugs. Probably that too. And
you making
probably,
that up though.
But I'm saying, but it could have been that. It could have been more. Like, I'm not saying it was that, but I'm just saying it was because of drugs. The specificity of the drugs. I could get what drugs. Let's see.
You think they put that out?
Probably not.
Exactly. They're not, and whatever they put, that doesn't mean that is true, because you really think they're about to tell us everything that's going on.
I don't know.
Put it out there like that. They're gonna tell us something that's satisfying to most people's ears, so that we can be comfortable with our day to day moving forward.
No credible verified information specific to illegal drugs. Okay. At the moment.
He probably made it up.
Oh, okay.
They probably did some false documents. I don't trust him.
Packages of cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, etc. were physically seized at the moment of Nicolas Maduro's capture.
How much?
Caracas. It doesn't say the.
You got proven intent to sell.
Come
Maybe
on
he was
now.
doing that. I'm on my lawyer shit.
But you still gotta have that. You still got. Of course, he lawyered up. But come on.
No, I said I'm on my. I know these arguments that they are.
All right, Annalise. All right. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This is what I think. Get you a gun permit. Get you something good.
Get blown up,
get you a little safe. Well, get you like a shelter and build it underneath the ground. Like dig it in the ground and then put your shit inside of it and then cover it around with cement and shit. And put a top over it.
Like that movie.
And lock it.
What is that movie called? With Matthew McConaughey, and his father was saying God was telling him to unalive people. He said that they were demons.
Oh yeah, Frailty, right?
Yeah.
That movie was crazy.
Remember, then the father.
That was wild. That's some wild shit. Cause that's literally people being brainwashed, yo, their whole life, and believing that shit.
And what do you think the punishment should be for somebody like that?
For somebody that does that to their kids, or somebody that
for the kid that grew up
For the
was
kid that's
groomed
doing
to be.
that, I mean,
He grew up now. So I grew up now.
do
I
you
grew
want to
up and make
understand?
essentially a
Do you
stomach
want to
brother.
understand why they're doing what they're doing, or do you want them to suffer?
I'm saying, I'm asking you,
But that's what I'm
what is
saying.
your what?
But that would be the answer, because it's like, if I want them to suffer,
That's not
then
the
I
answer
want them to
because you
get
asked the question.
whatever the extent of the law would give them for that shit that they did. If I want to understand them, I would want them to go and have mental help and be in a mental institution for the rest of their life, so they could figure out what's wrong with them.
So essentially, it doesn't matter that they were groomed to be that way. They
Nah,
still deserve whatever.
because they here's the thing about people, even wrong or right or whatever, everybody deserves the opportunity of redemption. And so that's why the laws of the land are there, for people to defend themselves, to give themselves the opportunity to be rehabilitated and walk back out into society when they've done something that is unforgivable. Because normal people will not forgive people for atrocities that they've committed, because they don't have the compassion to do it. So there has to be a law in place that dictates that for you, because you're not going to be able to make a decision to say this person deserves a second chance. But then you'll say people always deserve a second chance. But
No, because I asked you, your answer was saying that
I know my
whatever
shit
they get.
politically correct.
No, but
It's
you
supposed to be
said
chaos.
whatever they get, like if they go to jail, then that's it. That's why I asked that. That's why I asked. It doesn't matter if they were groomed to be that person and raised up thinking that this is real. You almost created a mental illness within this child because of the things you taught them,
Yeah.
or whatever. So
But now
does
they're a
that
fucked up
have
adult.
any?
So can they change the way that they think now that their frontal lobe has developed to an extent, or are they broken?
But is prison the answer? Is what I'm asking.
It depends. Is this person redeemable? Do they understand? Are they fully aware of what they're doing, or do they deserve to have mental health? That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, somebody commits something crazy that I don't agree with, they probably just have to suffer worse consequences than that, or the same consequence. Whatever they did, they need to feel the same shit to whatever capacity. And um, in some cases, people need to just be taken off this planet. But the way that the law is set up is for man to be forgiving to an extent, to give people the opportunity to prove their innocence. Sometimes,
I'm not. I'm asking you, not what
what do you
other
mean?
people. I mean, you said you, but
I
then
know
you
you're asking. So when you ask me a question, you're asking me to give you what?
because
Just,
you said society. I'm not asking you about
well,
that. So I'm saying
well, I'm
your
saying, how
specific
do I feel
viewpoint
about it?
on
How
it.
do I? I just told you.
Yeah,
I gave
but
you
then
both
I know. But then
answers.
you said after I didn't. I'm saying that part. I just wanted to know what you thought about it, not how society views it, or what is like if it matters to you their background and why and in regards to how they're punished if they commit a crime like what they did in
But I'm
trail.
saying most people is gonna be like, fuck it, it don't matter if it was a kid or whatever,
But
or they
I'm
was
not
fucked
asking
up or
most
whatever.
people. That's what I was saying. Because you're saying
Yeah, no,
a general.
I don't, no, I don't care if somebody doesn't personally affect me, if they can be redeemable in some cases. I think that some people do deserve a second chance. It's just there's extents to it, I guess. I guess if you decapitated a million people, then you might need to go to prison for the rest of your life. But I think a lot of people will probably agree that they need death penalty or something like that or whatever. But there's levels to it. So if they did that, how the fuck did they get away with it? Why did they do it? What was the circumstances? Well, he was a warlord and he was doing this and he was doing that. All right. Okay. In battle, was it okay for him to do that in battle? You'd have to understand all of those things. If he just went out here just whacking people and he was a serial deleter, then that changes the situation altogether and what kind of consequence he deserves for what he did. So I don't think if somebody grew up any kind of way, when you're an adult and you make an adult decision to do something, you need to get the same adult consequences. It doesn't matter if you were a victim. Yeah, you were a victim, but it, we failed you. The system failed you. But now you're getting back at the system. It's just like the thing, two wrongs don't make a right. So they're doing something. They can't suppress it. You go get help. Try to seek help. And if you don't seek help and then something happens, then you're at fault because you're an adult. You're old enough to recognize that there's something that's not right about you and you might need help. And they don't do it. And, you know what I mean? They don't have anybody there to guide them. They're broken. They're fucked up. And they break.
We're all broken to an extent. Well, maybe not everybody. Some people. There was this lady. She was so pleasant when I went to Job Corps. She was one of the teachers. It was like the transitional class, like where she helped you with your resume and stuff after you finish for everything, so you can find work or whatever. And she was so sweet. Every day she would be smiling and smiling. Every time you talked to her, she was so. I never met nobody that I never seen her upset. I mean, granted, I only seen her during school. I didn't see her outside of that. But every time I seen her, she was always happy, and that was fascinating to me because I never seen nobody that never was upset. But like I said, I'm sure she's gotten upset about something before. But I think that's refreshing to see somebody that's always at least you're able to be pleasant while you're at work, and it doesn't seem like you're faking. It seems like this is genuinely who you are. And most people, I've heard people get mad at people when they're like that, when they're like always happy and you never, and they're like, good
Mm.
morning, and they're chipper, and it's like, and
Yeah.
they'll be like, sit your
It's
hyper
annoying
ass down or whatever, and it's like, but why? Like,
because they're in a shitty mood and they don't want to see other people in a happy mood, or it's overwhelming of how nice they are because it's like,
you're
how,
not used to
why
it.
are you so nice? You're not used to it
You
yet.
think it's an ulterior motive, and like
Right,
nobody can
right.
be
Nobody can be that nice, right?
But why does it have to be that? That's where we're just corrupted. Our mind, the way we think about stuff, we're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Well, I do that. I do that because that's why it stuck with me because I remember thinking that I don't nobody be that. But I didn't think that she was faking because, like I said, it seemed genuine. Like you could tell. I can tell when somebody's putting on or whatever, like in their, it seemed genuine. Like she really, because you know how some people, you go to work, you be code switching, you do, you act, even white people, they don't talk the same when they go to work. It don't just be like, because usually people um, use that when they're referring to black people, but white people be code switching when they go to work too. They be talking different because they don't speak. All of them don't speak like that when they, because then you hear them outside and they be talking totally different or whatever. But it was. I was like, oh, she's so nice. Like, I enjoyed being around her because she had good energy. And then when I hear people say that, like, automatically assume that somebody's like, oh, that bitch is the whatever. Like, it's too early in the morning for this. Like, they didn't do nothing. They just said good morning, and they were smiling. Like, what you,
Hmm.
even if you, this is the thing. That's why I said you can't please people. So you got to do what's best for you. Because this is another example. People complain, or guys will say about people in general, not just guys, but they'll say a woman like, oh, why, smile or whatever, because like and that don't mean, it doesn't always mean that she's mad. That's just she's not doing anything. She's just sitting there or whatever's going on. There's no reason for her to smile. Like she don't just be walking around smiling. Then on the other hand, I mean, because if you say something to her, she might speak back and engage with you. She might start laughing when you say that. Like, if people have said that to me, and I don't intentionally try to like screw my face up. That's just my normal face when I'm neutral, when I'm just chilling or whatever emotion. Yeah, I don't know. Like, but on the other hand, if somebody's smiling, then people will be like, "What you cheesing like that for? Or what you smiling for? Or whatever." And it's like, I mean, well, they may just be asking, but sometimes people are saying it in annoyance, not because they're asking and they actually want to know. So it's like, you said you want me to smile. Then when I smile too much, then it's something wrong with me. So what is it? Like, we just gotta not worry about what people say because
Well, I mean, I guess people um be wanting you to smile because they want to feel like you're happy. I guess.
no, I don't have a problem with people saying that, but I'm like, you can't please nobody if that's the way some people live their life, or they wait for others' approval
You
or
don't want
the
too much.
direction to do stuff. But if you do that, you're never going to
Like you
be.
don't ever want too much of anything. Like you really like you don't want somebody to be too affectionate. Like, do you ever want somebody to be too affectionate? Like really?
I think it depends on the person because some people. It depends on how you were. If you grew up and that wasn't like a big thing. Like everybody didn't walk around. I mean, didn't grow up getting hugs and all this extra stuff. So if you go out and you get in a relationship, I mean, it's not extra stuff. It's normal, but you're used to what you're used to. It's not necessarily wrong or right. It's just if you didn't experience that, you may not be familiar with that tapping. You may feel uncomfortable when someone gives you a hug or whatever because you're not used to that. And then when you that affects your dating because especially for a woman, because if you're not affectionate or whatever, then it may appear like you're not interested or something, but you might not even be thinking about that. You might be interested, but you're not used to that. So you're not just gonna be like automatically do that unless you're taught to do or accept it. And then it's like if it happens, like it's like it could make people uncomfortable. So that's not. It just depends, like I said. And then on the other hand, if you were raised like that, where everybody was always hugging and kissing good night and I love you and all that or whatever, then you may expect that when it comes to other people when you go out and we're in romantic relationships and friendship, you want it to be a certain way because of how like some friends say they love each other. I don't be saying that to my. I mean, I probably have said it before, but there are some friends that they just say it all the time. Like, they be like, "I love you" or whatever, and it's like I don't. It just feel weird. But I don't know. To me, like, and maybe it's not wrong with me. It sounds crazy
That
or
love
whatever.
bombing
Like
shit.
I don't be saying I love you to people. Like I say it if they say it to me, and then it depends if it's family or whatever. Like I say it or whatever occasionally, but I don't. That be weird to me too. Or like I don't like hugging people. Nah, I don't. I don't know. I just don't think I'm used to it. Like even and that has affected relationships. Cause like guys would be like, "Where's my hug?" or whatever, and I'd be like, "Oh." Like, and then it's not. I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just not thinking about that. And, but I think when I run a romantic relationship, it takes a while for me to feel comfortable because after some time of dealing with someone, then I would now I want you don't have to tell me to do it because I want to do it. I have to trust you to like to a certain like feel like I know you or whatever to want to like hug you and do that and not feel uncomfortable like because like I said, it's not so it just depends on the person and how you grew up and stuff like that. Or there could be some trauma behind it. Maybe you were touched or something or raped or something happened to you when you were younger or as an adult and now that triggers you if someone touches you at all or whatever, it brings you back to that and you have an episode or whatever. Like I don't know, it depends on the person.
That's true. That's true. I mean, everybody relate relates to trauma. Well, people relate to trauma differently. So different, but we know that there's a significance of people that exhibit certain behaviors based on certain traumas. They're categorized. Like there's a psychopathy for a serial deleter.
Yeah, that's why I be wanting to know what happened, what was their background. And then when I hear that, I be like, oh, makes sense. But then there are ones that sometimes don't fall into that category, and they be like, are they telling the truth? They be like, they had a perfect childhood, and da 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 da. And but then, I think people be lying sometimes too. I mean, I don't know. It could be true and not. It's not always that. Something could have happened later on, or maybe they were just around the wrong people that were bad influence or whatever. But like, I think some people gonna lie and say they was good parents or whatever, or it was a good because they don't want
Yeah,
the
you don't want
negative.
the shame.
Yeah, but but shit, you raised a cereal in the life. Um, I have something, a clip. Yeah, this is the guy that was driving the truck, the mailman. But that's that was the February. Oh, this happened on December 18th.
I know. It was just like a normal day at school. I was just trying to get home, get on the bus. And as soon as I get on the bus driver told me that I was supposed to be on the bus, and today she gonna make sure I'm gonna get off the bus, so don't just sit down. So once I sit down, she pulled up to the administrators. The administrators get on the bus, and they automatically thought I was on the wrong bus. They just when she told them my name, they got on the bus and just told me to get off the bus. At first, I refused, and then when I was refusing, they said if I don't get off the bus, all the students have to get off the bus. So once all the students got up off the bus, I got off the bus with the students. And then as soon as we all get off the bus, they didn't check nobody's names. They just told everybody to get back on the bus. As I get back on the bus, they told me to get off. And that's when they called the officers. When I sit down, the officers had came on the bus. They asked who was the student they was talking about. And the bus driver had pointed me out. They came back. They told me to They asked me to get off the bus. I had refused and told them that, well, I was trying to tell them this is my bus, but the students was telling them that this is my correct bus. All the students on the bus was telling them this was my correct bus. Then, out of nowhere, one of the officers had said, if you don't get up and get off the bus or we're going to tase you. I said, I still refused to get off the bus. And that's when they tried to pull me and grab me. And when I got back up, he had, he, when I had got back up, he had choked me, tried to choke me. Then he tased me. And when he tased me, I got up. I was still, I don't know, my adrenaline was just rushing. And I just know that he tried to tase me again while I was getting off the bus. I jumped off the bus. And while I was off the bus, they put me in some handcuffs. And the officer who tased me had started slapping me while my hands was in the handcuffs. He was slapping me, then he tried to tase me again while my hands was in the handcuffs. That's when the administrators came back outside and tried to break it up, but he was already in the midst of slapping. And when they broke it up, he was still running towards me. He was still trying to attack me while my hands was in handcuffs. He was trying to push against the administrators who was holding him back. Every time he seen me, when I was in the room with the other officers after the situation, when he seen me, he tried to attack me again. They had to pull him back and pull him away to cool down.
All right, so
I know I
It's always something. This is just terrible. Like, it's just terrible. Every time you turn around and something crazy. Every time you turn around and something crazy on the why are you laughing?
I thought you was talking about what I did.
Oh no, I'm talking about that boy. What they did to him. And he was on the right bus. Well, we don't know the other side of the story, but assuming that he's being honest. Like, and you see the marks, guys. That clip that I just played, there was you could see like where he had there was marks on his neck where the taser where he got him with the taser, like around his collarbone. Like it's I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like this happened a couple weeks ago. It said it was on December 18th, but it just came across my timeline today. So I wanted to discuss it because and I don't want to discuss it. We shouldn't have to discuss these types of things, but it's like it's one thing after another. Like it's just again, it's wicked out there. Like people is losing their mind. But how do you feel about that, Smiley?
I think that's crazy.
And again, it looks like you're just singling, like you just want a reason to do stuff. Because why are you doing all that? First of all, well, I don't know why they saying that's not his bus and he's saying it is. Like,
How old is he?
not sure.
Well,
It's
see, I
like
hate
could
stories
be in
like that
middle or
because
high school.
the context is crazy. Like, and then you say, well, there's no excuse for that, but there isn't. Well, there's no excuse for the cop to be smacking that kid and beating that kid up.
And while he was
But
handcuffing, he wasn't.
was that kid resisting? Did that kid? Was there other parts of it that people didn't witness that happened prior to that kid getting arrested? Not saying that it's okay because it's definitely not. But what else happened for the officer to lose his cool like that? Like why? I always want to
Well,
know the
he
why.
said it all started because they said to get the lady, the bus driver told him to get on the bus that it's not your bus, but they saying it's not true. And then he said the kids were telling the officer this is his bus, so that's why he's not getting off because like I'm trying to go home, like this is my school bus, like now how you gonna get home? What if his mom don't have a car? Or he don't have that.
Right.
He gotta get home. How
And
is he
they
gonna?
tased them and shit. Like
Yeah,
that. Like that's crazy. I hope they get some bread. I hope they get some bread. That's crazy.
that looked like a press
Fucking
conference or
tased them,
something.
yo.
And then and then he said he was trying to do it again while he was handcuffed and he was smacking them. Like, and I don't know, kids get on different buses. Go maybe they go to their friend house. So I don't know. I mean, I'm taking it off of like face value if this is what he's saying, but I mean, now if that's the case, if you were getting on the wrong bus and going to your friend's house after school, and that wasn't your bus, and they told you to get off and get on your right bus, then you should have complied. But it still doesn't justify what that cop did. You shouldn't have been tased, and you shouldn't like and handcuffing you. That's extra too. Like I don't like unless like I don't know where you did from what he's saying he wasn't combative, but we don't know he wasn't there. But assuming that he's a good kid and he didn't do anything, then like yeah, you're. But if you were on the wrong bus and you was like gotta be mindful of the stuff they were doing, and then they telling you to get off because they would used to do that. Like you was assigned a specific bus. He's supposed to get on a bus to go home, and sometimes we would check and see, or they'll be like, you know, because it'll be like, this is not on my route. So you're telling me like, and they're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to go weird. But I don't know. It's still crazy regardless. Cause I think it was excessive, like that they did all that, and I hope they get some money too. And I hope that um that cop gets suspended or fired or something.
Yeah, yeah, that was crazy.
People have lost their mind. Mercury is in retrograde.
Oh man, here we go.
It's starting to make more and more sense.
A lot of crazy shit going on.
Mm-mm-mm. So what else you got?
What about there is a state? What state is it? Yeah, I forgot. Okay, there's a state that they're limiting access for children to the internet in the U.S. They're adopting this from what they were doing in Australia, I believe, where they decided that kids under 16 could not use the internet.
They're gonna use social media.
Social media. Well, no, internet. They don't want them to use the internet at all. They want them to read books. Age. Now in the U.S., it's for social media.
Somebody singing.
Yeah, somebody says some Spanish.
They got a microphone. They over there doing karaoke. My
They
neighbors.
making it 13, 13 plus to use social media.
I don't have a problem with that,
Not a problem.
but they
13
shouldn't
plus.
be on there anyway because it's why everybody crazy now.
Shit, I make it a higher number. I mean a lower number. I mean a higher number. My bad.
Yeah, like 15, 16.
I don't know.
You need to monitor them. That's the
There's
thing.
certain things you
People
can
are
use
not
up there,
watching their
but they
kids.
need to know fundamentals.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna teach them that anyway.
Right.
Um. What was I gonna say? Um. I forgot. The haunted forest.
U.S. used sonic weapon on Venezuelan troops. Report. They use some crazy stuff. Oh, Unc did tell me about something that he thought I should discuss about how we give money to other countries and our celebrities rather. Somebody was having a rant on the radio. And they were saying they don't like how Oprah and Beyonce and all of these celebrities um, give all this money to people all over the world, but they don't support their own people, and their own people out here starving or whatever. It was like, you know what? Why don't we just go and rob them and take all the stuff out of their house? And how would they like it if they were in our position? And then I guess it was on the Breakfast Club. I guess Charlemagne said, don't think like that. Don't blame them. Blame the government. And well, how do you feel about that? What do you think?
People been saying when they send money over to them other countries that they don't even be getting it. So it's like you don't like, or when you donate to this fund and stuff like that, like people have said that they like famous people have said, or people that donated before have said that they didn't get the thing, or people made pages and stuff like regular people to donate to this, and the people they didn't get it. So it's like you sending all this money, the government is take because it's not you can't directly send. Well, you can, but they're doing it through some type of fund or something, and then it sounds like they're siphoning the money out and doing who knows what they're doing with it because they're not getting, or they said they did get some of it, but not the amount of supplies or things or whatever what they sent over. They're like,
Hmm.
it's like it's disappearing. Like, where did the rest of it go? Like, but I don't think that there's nothing wrong with donating to other countries. But yeah, if you got the money to do that, then you should help with our country as well. But I don't think I think our country needs different things than these other countries need. Like we need more like because it's not we're not a third world country, so the infrastructure or things like that we're not living in. We need to get like places for the homeless and like more after school programs and things like that for the at risk youth and like things like that and maybe more soup kitchens or shelters or whatever for people that are out in the street, more programs to help them go, whatever. But I think we need different things. Like in other countries, they sleep on the ground. So depending on where you're going, they don't even they sleeping on a cement floor or something. They don't even have, so they need different type of thing. And I think there's nothing wrong with that if you want to help people, but it would only make sense if this is where you live to um, pour into the country that you live in.
You feel like there's
Also,
an
and
obligation
there's no,
for
and there's
for wealthy
no,
to give back?
um, you said no, there's no obligation. I'm saying if they're going to do it, I agree. They should do it with the place that they live. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with donating to other places too if you can help. But you're not obligated to do nothing. It's your money.
Right. So I'm saying, well, by your logic, they shouldn't have to do anything though, because I
You
mean,
asked my opinion
they're
about it. You
no, but I'm
said because you
saying you
said
said because I said are they obligated to do it, and you said no,
no, they're not.
and then you
But
said
you asked
but
me
they
what I
should
thought about
give it to their hometown if they're gonna give anything, and I'm like, why if they don't
because you
even have to
asked
do it?
me what
It's a
did
benefit
I
for
think about
everybody
it.
either
Those
way.
are two different questions. You said, did I think that they do I agree with that statement of that they should be helping their own country and not being worried about the other. I said if this is where you live and you're gonna donate, then you might as well. And then you said, are they obligated to do it? No. But if they're going to, this is what I think should be done. They're gonna do what they want. So our speaking on it and saying how we feel about it doesn't really matter because that's not going to stop them from doing it. But it would only make sense. You live here. Why wouldn't you if you're going to do that? In my mind, logically.
I guess it would make sense to do it at home first, just for the sake of legacy, generational wealth, that shit, because you're already starting from the root. But it just depends on how your funds are being allocated. Like that's the thing when they get this money for these different things. like, what is the money being used for? Like, is it being used to build something, or is it being used to give people more capital? Because if the money is being used to give people more capital, you should see instant funds increase. But if it's being going into building something, then they're probably not going to see that money. That money is moving in different ways. The workers might see something, or they might not, because the person that they work for probably got to wait until he gets something, and he's waiting to get something because somebody else got to wait to get something so they could pay him. So he's holding them off. But meanwhile, yeah, let's just start working, and you guys will definitely get paid at the end of the week. He lying to them because he don't know when he gonna get paid. But it's a circle jerk. Business is kind of wicked that way, and it's the world is kind of, the powers that be are kind of like running it like a business. They're not running it like, I want the people to be happy, and I want everybody to have comfortable families and be able to enjoy holidays with their loved ones and all this other shit. Nah, it's like we got to figure out a way to get more money. That's what it is. Capitalistic. It's been like that for a minute. It's just like you got somebody that's in it that's really like, he just gonna tell you what it is. Like the motherfucker really just said, "Yo, it's about oil."
That's what he said. But
Yeah, like he said that. Like, but but the crazy thing about it is they always try to say it's not about the oil. They always try to say that.
that's why I said we don't know what's going on. He gonna say whatever he say. We can't really verify it.
But the
We
fact
can't
that he said that is crazy. It's low key hilarious because every single president that we've ever known would be like, oh yeah, they're going over there, and everybody's like assuming like, yo, you know they going over there for the oil, and he's like, no, we're going over there to do this and do that, and he's like, yo, we're going over there for the oil and for Greenland. Like what? Yeah, we're gonna get Greenland.
And he said
Who?
Canada is supposed to be the 51st state.
Oh my goodness, that'd be crazy though. A lot of people be wanting to go to the six, chill with Drake.
That's the
Cause
cruise.
I'm running.
When I went on the cruise, that's when we got off when we got there.
They not like that. They not like that.
But that was a long time ago. I'm old. That was over 10 years ago. Um, but yeah, I'm sick of. I'm tired of Trump. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, it is what it is, or it is what it isn't. The comfort to her is no longer sufficient. But doesn't matter because we can't do nothing. We just gotta sit back and eat some popcorn, I guess, and just. What was that movie when they like? It was like it was about to be the end of the world, and they they knew that it was coming. Well, it's called Don't Look Up. That's what it was. And then they just sat at the sea. I mean, this is not the same.
Don't look up with that like jellyfish joint, the jellyfish alien.
I
Look
don't
kind of
know. I
crazy.
don't. They never showed. It was just an explosion at the end, and it went off. They were
Nah, but it
sitting
was
at the
like a
table.
jellyfish, and it was just like floating in the air, following people.
I don't remember.
Cause they kept looking at it, but
I
like
don't think
it
they
was like
showed it.
attracted to metal or something. And he threw a quarter up, and the quarter came down and split somebody in half. So it wasn't his father,
Oh,
and they lived on a farm.
no, it was like a whole. The world
Yeah,
was
and then it
this.
started off with that monkey.
I don't know. I don't remember that being in it. I think it's talking about
And the
something.
Chinese dude that was in it, he was from Walking Dead.
I don't watch that.
Don't Look Up, right?
Yeah, that's the name of it. But maybe that is. I don't remember none of what you said. I just know it was the end of the world was happening. It was gonna be. It was a meteor coming towards Earth or something, and it had been on the news, and they was telling everybody that this was gonna happen. And
Mm.
so at the end, they was all just sitting at the table, like they knew it was coming, but they just sat there and waited
Oh
for it.
yeah, that I know what you're talking about. I did see that. Yeah, and everybody died at the end. That was crazy because I didn't see it coming like that. They just showed what it looked like at the end.
They blew up.
Yeah, they showed the blast and everything.
How you just sit there like that? And you're like, well,
You got no choice. What you gonna do? Jump around.
so get up your seat and jump around. Jump, jump, jump. I came to get down. I came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around. Um, I know that it would be dumb, but it's just crazy the idea that you just sitting there at the table like waiting to perish.
Floyd Mayweather is gonna box Mike Tyson.
Oh,
What do you think
stop.
about that?
I don't. Why is he boxing?
Which one?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Money, attention. Same reason that Ti is doing comedy. In the same
He
way, the
getting
same
paid for
reason
that?
that Will Smith is doing gangster rap.
Is he funny? Did you watch? He might be funny.
He's a character.
You watched it?
I've seen some of his stuff.
So no, he ain't funny. You don't think he's funny?
Yo, 12-year-old girl survives plane crash after clinging to wreckage for 9 hours at sea. Becomes sole survivor of 153 passengers. Oh my goodness.
When did this happen?
Wow. I don't know about to read it. She was black. This was a black girl magic story.
They putting them. They doing knocking them planes down. So every other week is a plane going down. Yeah, I swear I just heard another plane crash. And the people do not know.
Crazy. I'm about to put this in ChatGPT.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if this could be, it would be. It's the realest shit I ever wrote. This is me.
All right, so this is not new.
So what happened?
Yemenia Flight 626 2009 crash. Date flight June 30th, 2009. Yemenia Flight 626, an Airbus A310 crashed into Indian Ocean near the Comoros Islands on approach of Moroni Airport. Passengers and crew 153 people were on board. Sole survivor 12-year-old Bahia Bakari was the only person to survive the crash. How she survived: she had a little swimming ability and no life jacket, yet clung to a piece of floating wreckage and drifted in the open sea for over 9 hours. Sources vary between 9 and 13 hours before being found and rescued. Local fishermen later rescue crews found her alive despite heavy seas. She was eventually taken to the hospital for injuries, including a fractured pelvis and collarbone. Her mother died in the crash, and most of the other passengers and crew perished. 2009, not a new 2026 incident.
Well, rest in peace to all them people. And good thing that she survived, even though now she on her own. So she probably gonna. Hopefully, she got family members to take her that she don't have to go into the system. And then and they said she fractured her pelvis,
Yeah,
her collar.
and her collarbone.
Is there an update on that?
I don't know. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's a good question.
How she doing? Was she at the? How old was she?
12.
Yeah. Was she adopted or something?
Okay. So, life after the crash. Bahia Bakari was repatriated to France shortly after rescue and underwent medical treatment for her injuries, including fractures and bruising. She resumed her education in France and grew up largely out of public spotlight. She has said she did not seek formal therapy after the crash, instead relying on her family for emotional support as she grew older. By 2022, age 25, she was living a low-profile life in France and has not been constantly in the news since then.
Well, she's she
Oh,
was
and
with
her
her
business
family.
Grok, yo. May 2022, she testified in Paris courtroom about her experience during the crash as a part of a legal case holding the airline accountable. In that testimony, she described her memories of the night and the hours adrift at sea and the trauma of losing her mother. During that 2022 testimony, Bakari said she is doing much better now as she resumed flying and does not experience traumatic flashbacks, though she still isn't comfortable in water. Shortly after the crash, she authored a memoir titled Moi Bahia la Miraculi. I'm Bahia the Miracle Girl, recounting her survival and rescue. Sorry about my French. She was also reportedly approached for a film adaptation but declined an offer from a major filmmaker.
She don't want to be famous.
Current status. As of early 2026, there are no major new public developments or widespread media updates like beyond her 2022 testimony and the fact I should have just had it just read it out to us. Um, but whatever, nothing. And you can get her memoir,
Yeah, I want to read that. The Miracle Girl.
The Miracle Girl. It might be in French. You might have to get like a. Make sure you get the English translation.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, I mean, I don't blame. Do you blame her for trying to capitalize off her pain?
She not really though. She probably just wrote a book to get it out because she probably needed to express it or whatever. That's probably was therapeutic, but I don't think she's trying to capitalize because she wanted to turn down the movie deal. And she said she
Right, right,
don't want
right.
to be interviewed or
Could have
pressed
did the
on
movie.
this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that either. I don't want. It's bad enough you know what you do know. I just want to be left alone.
Updates about George Zimmerman came out.
What happened?
Um, just that he's reportedly unemployed, homeless, and mentally struggling years after uh shooting of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin in 2013 acquittal.
Well,
So life is not being too kind to him right now.
Life is not kind for nobody. It do what it do.
Life be life, and
Mm.
whether you like it or not.
It wasn't kind to Trayvon either.
Yeah, what happened to that boy? That was diabolical, yo. He didn't have to do that. He thought he had a gun. He said, like,
And it was Arizona.
nah, he beat the brakes off of him, and then he was like, oh, this little boy think he could just beat me up and just get away with it. So he stood his ground on it.
So he had Arizona get a session. That's what was in his hand. And he said that he had to go.
Yep. Somebody, man.
You always do. She's a bad mama down.
What do you think about the AI robots walking around in the street?
I see. The ones they got look
They got
cool.
them like dressed. They got like clothes on, like pants and a shirt. They just walking down the street.
Those are not high level.
What you mean?
Is that little normal
Nah, they
one or is
regular. They got on clothes. They got on pants and a shirt. Like they like your height or probably a little shorter, and they walking side by side down the street. Oh, you want to see the video of it? I'll show you. Shit look crazy.
just as far as you can go?
And Timu trash, yo. Timu is just straight garbage.
Uh-uh. I'll be
Garbage.
shopping
I'm
on
not gonna
Temu. I
promote
don't
them no
care.
more.
I don't. Well, we ain't even getting paid to say that or whatever. But I like going there. I mean, I like shopping at
You false
Temu. They
advertising
have
because you set people up because they got cheesy shit. That's why it
not
costs you.
everything. You gotta watch what you. Nah, I everything I got from there was the only thing I got. It was a blender, and
I
it
seen
didn't
this
work.
like that shit was so thorough, y'all, in the little preview. Shit don't even work. Bad
Well,
as fuck.
but I've gotten other stuff from there and it does work. So you can't say that's just you could get it from any place, a reputable place or a place that you think is like top tier, and it could not be working too.
That's true. That
And
is
if
true.
you tell them, you can send it back. It's not like they're gonna like they'll give you a refund or send you a new one
Will
if
they?
you want.
They
Yeah,
will.
if you do it within a certain time.
That's good if they do that.
And they give you a discount if it don't get to you by the time that they said. Like if it's take longer than the original time, take like 5% or $5 off or something. So, I don't know. But they sure be harassing you once you order from them. Get coupons every day. They send you emails trying to make you come back up. And they got everything that you could imagine. They got cookware. They got clothes up there. They got. I mean, some people might not like it, but
So
they got.
so what's better? Poshmark,
I never got nothing
Temu,
from the
or what's the other one?
Sheen.
Sheen.
I would say I never got nothing from Poshmark. I know what you're talking about, but I never ordered nothing from you. But I would say Sheen is better than Temu.
Or
But
Fashion Nova.
I never ordered from Fashion Nova neither. But other people told me that this stuff was good. But it's
Is
like
Poshmark stuff good?
it's all cheap stuff. Like it's but it's like it's cute. They got or the designs and stuff. The way like to me, I like it. It's not high end stuff. Like it's like whatever. But it'll be like I see designs that I don't see nowhere else or certain type of stuff to me. Why, like if I would get clothes and like I said, they got everything. Like they got bedding, they got it's like a department store or something. They got furniture. Some people say don't get no furniture from there. They got whatever you can imagine, creams and lotions and socks and underwear and everything. Yeah, they don't got no food. They do got food like candy and shit, but not like but I wouldn't expect that. But I'm saying, besides that, they got everything. If you need something, some cookware, they got knives, sets, and pots and pans, and a air fryer, a deep fryer, electronics. They got bikes up there, electric bike, like the scooter, but it's a bike. But you don't know if it's gonna. But I got a lot of stuff from there. I got stuff from Shein too, but I never ordered. That's a Poshmark. I do be seeing it.
I mean, you could just go. I mean, Amazon got everything.
Yeah, no, but it be different. They be having on T. I don't know. Like I said,
Shit
some of
on
these sites,
Temu be on Amazon. I be finding it.
some stuff, yeah, it depends what it
That's
is.
where we got that shovel from. I seen the shovel they had on Temu. Let me see if they got this on Amazon.
But the real people, and Amazon be doing knockoffs too. Like it be like they be taking people's stuff and like making their own of it or whatever. Like
Yeah, they probably do.
because it probably came from a specific place or
They
whatever.
do a lot of white labeling. That's called white labeling.
Global chaos.
Didn't French? I'm sorry, not French. Max B's daughter. She's rapping now.
Yeah,
She been rapping, or she just started when he got out of jail?
I don't know. I don't follow her. I just seen a video of
Cause I thought you wanted to talk about that.
yeah, but I don't. Before that, I never seen his daughter.
Oh, okay.
So they just she. I don't. That just popped on my time. I don't follow him or her. Like,
Did
but
you listen to her verse?
yeah, listen, she sounded
What do
like
you
Ice
think?
Spice to me. It was
Trash. Yeah.
it was bippity boppity, like regular. She sounded like Ice Spice, like literally, she sounded like Ice Spice. But she got different because she's Spanish, so she got
What
another
the?
song. I went on her
What's
page after,
bippity? What's
like
bippity
Cat in a
boppity?
Hat. She sounded like Ice Spice. You know who Ice Spice is?
Yeah, I know.
So she literally
Bippity boppity. Yeah.
sounds like her. Like I don't know how else to describe it. But Max B is Max B too. I like his music, the songs that I like, because I never really listened to him like that. I only listened to him from Dipset, like on the songs that he had. I never had no mixtapes from him or nothing. But the songs that I heard, they was good. But he ain't no like he's just an artist. He's not all that either. So it's like the same level of how, but a girl version, and she looks just like him. And but she's Spanish, so she got a song. I went on her page after I listened to something else. She got a song that was I like that. It was a little bop. Like it's not bad. Like it was straight or whatever. But she was singing in Spanish. I think that's something that'll make her stand. I mean, not singing, rapping. I think that'll make her stand out because she making music that she, you know, in different languages, bilingual. They do it in English and Spanish.
Making music in Spanish is hard.
But she sound like she speaks Spanish because she got an accent even before she said that. But then she so if you speak it then fluently.
Yo, do Puerto Ricans even got anybody? Like, do they have somebody
Fat
that's
Joe
like
was Fat Joe.
that Joe? But
What
what
is he?
about
Is
only
he?
singing person they got is J Lo?
She don't count.
That's it. That's what they got though. She
No.
talented though. She got a lot of shit. She do.
She got, but that's
I
not
was
her.
looking at her movies. She got like a nice little.
So now you're taking it away from music.
Well, I'm saying music, but entertainer, right? Or we just gonna say music.
Talking about
so we just gonna say music. Then yeah, she probably the most. I don't think she should have played Selena. Probably.
I think she did a good job.
She did, but they should have had Gloria Estefan play her or some shit. I don't know, like like I don't know, like they needed somebody that was like more her, like you feel me, like I don't know.
I think she did a good job. They fit her up good. No, they got what is whatever, whatever. What is she?
Fucking she Colombian, but that's all.
Oh, so then now, because you're saying
Shakira.
Do you even know what all these? Yeah, Shakira. What is Jennifer Lopez? She's Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican, yeah.
And Fat Joe's Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Yeah.
Okay, I don't. Yeah, I don't know what.
What Selena Gomez is?
Selena Gomez.
Yeah. She is Gomez, but I don't know where she's from.
Is more of an actress.
Selena Gomez?
Yeah.
Don't she got tracks? Don't she got like? She be having sold out concerts?
She
like,
put
what you talking
music
about?
sold out concerts.
What? Hold up.
She has put music out, but I don't know. There was like one song that she made that I like, but I don't really.
Gomez.
They be lying too, saying that the shows are sold out.
Nah, don't do that.
They do. People were saying that before. Like they had that conversation. Like they'll make it seem because they've been at a concert where they were told that it was sold out, or that's what they put out to the masses. But they were there, and it was like the whole front row was empty or something. Like so, they do be lying. But I just said I don't view her. I mean, she put out music. I'm not saying that she didn't put out no music, but I, her.
Gross ticket
She started
sales.
off as acting.
Gross ticket sales.
And that's more so what she. Well, she hasn't been in no movies either. And when has she?
30.16 million.
When the last time she
put
out?
Tour in 2016. That was in 2016.
So that's been 10 years ago.
That was a minute ago. And the Los Muertos ya no lo.
Los Muertos. Dia de los Muertos.
Los Muertos ya no lloran World Tour. 2025. That was in 2025.
She be doing voodoo.
She did 32.9 million.
Because why is a tour for that? What is that?
200 million in tickets. So she a beast.
Why is she on that tour? She
make music. No. What you mean?
The name of the tour, what is it called?
It's hers.
And she came up with it.
What does this mean? Let's see what this means.
Los Muertos means the dead, don't it?
No, not Muertos.
Muertos.
Yes.
Spell it.
Mujeres.
Oh. Mujeres. That's something else then. I thought you were saying MUER.
Women don't cry anymore.
Women don't cry anymore. Oh, yeah. She was crying. What happened?
I don't know.
For her to name that.
Somebody broke her heart.
Or somebody broke her.
Ain't she with that girl? She with that girl, right?
No.
The Wicked Witch.
No. I know that's what she was saying. It's
Ariana Grande. Oh yeah. That's the singer. That's the one I was thinking about too. What is she? What's her nationality?
I don't know. Spanish song.
She Spanish something? That's what she is? What? You laughing? I'm
Yeah.
for real, I don't know.
Yeah, she is.
Spanish something.
Ariana Grande.
I'm saying, what the fuck?
That
Like she's a
sounds
grande.
like.
I would say Mexican because grande.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. That name gotta be.
I'm about to look it up. Nah, I ain't gonna waste the look up for that. Waste the look
Cause
up.
who cares? Why do we even get on the subject?
I don't know.
Cause you love the Latina, the Boricuas, mijo. That's your favorite. Oh well, not no more. You changed back to the other side.
Huh? Who shiesty out? You knew that? Did you know he was out?
Yeah,
Did you know he was in jail?
said first day out, and then he
Nobody
made a song.
cared.
He made a song or a mixtape or something called First Day Out, and then Ice from the JBP said that wasn't even his first day out though. You can't make that, and that wasn't. He was out for about a week when that when he put that out. Like, does it matter? I didn't listen to him. I didn't really like Pooh Shiesty. I like that one song, Back in Blood. I don't know no other songs by him. I didn't really listen to him. But he need to stay out.
Yeah,
And
that's
yeah,
it.
I did know he got locked up. He was quiet
So,
while he
yeah.
was in there. There was we didn't hear nothing about him. But yeah, I knew. I remember when he went to jail.
A lot going on. Enough is enough. Trump crushes Netanyahu. I'll be looking up on the boring stuff. But I'm not
There's no updates.
So okay, so President Trump gotta go to the press, so we can talk about this.
It's going to be very rough in about 10 minutes, so we'll have to go a little bit quickly. They just said very, very rough. Have they crossed your red line yet? It's starting to, it looks like, and there seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent, if you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. But we're looking at it very seriously. The military's looking at it, and we're looking at some very strong options. We'll make a determination.
What options have you been briefed on? Are you meeting with senior officials?
Am I going to really, are you asking me to say what will they do, where will we attack, when, and at what angle will we attack from? Who are you with?
I'm with the U.S. White House TV pool. I'm wondering, are you being briefed on options? I'm with CNN, sir.
Why don't you just say I'm with CNN? She says I'm with the White House pool. And I say, what? You're with CNN. You're with fake news. Because CNN is fake news. Go ahead, give me a question.
Can I ask how you're balancing and how you're deciding your response, the balance between helping protesters versus hindering them? Because I imagine that's a delicate balance to strike.
I mean, some of the protesters were killed through the stampeding. I mean, there's so many of them. And some were shot. But we get a full report. I'm getting an hourly report. And we're going to make a determination. And we're looking at it, yeah, please.
Are you going to go to Venezuela or Secretary Renee going to go to Venezuela?
We're doing well. Venezuela is really working out well. We're working along really well with the leadership, and we'll see how it all works out.
Are you going to meet with Delphi to go?
At some point I'll meet. It's been very good. she asked us, can we take 50 million barrels of oil? And I said, yes, we can. It's $4.2 billion. And it's on its way right down to the United States.
When will you meet with
He's like, yeah, we
with
did
Chad
it.
this week?
Something to grab here. It's going to get rough, and I don't seem to be in a great. I think you did this to me. You put me in a position where there's absolutely nothing to grab. So I'm looking for something to grab, and it's not going to be Carolina.
Well,
No, I didn't like Exxon's response. We have somebody that wanted to probably be inclined to keep Exxon out. I didn't like their response. They're playing too cute.
well,
What backstops or guarantees have you told the oil companies that you're willing to provide?
Guarantees that they're going to be safe, that there's going to be no problem, and there won't be. It's not going to be a problem. They had problems in the past because they didn't have Trump as a president. They had stupid people.
What kind
of deal are you looking for from Cuba? What kind of deal are you looking for from Cuba?
You're going to find out pretty soon. We're talking to Cuba, and you'll find out pretty soon. And one of the things I want taken care of, and one of the groups I want taken care of, are the people that came from Cuba that were forced out or left under duress, and they're great citizens of the United States right now. You have a lot of people forced out of Cuba unfairly, so we're going to take care of, most importantly right now, we're going to take care of the people that came from Cuba that are American citizens or in our country.
Do you plan to seize any oil tankers that are headed to Cuba?
Well, we have a lot of oil people really interested. You saw that the other day. That was just a small group because the room in the White House, we need the ballroom actually. We could have filled up the ballroom practically. We have so many people that want to go in for oil. So you saw some great companies.
Are you going to send Starlink to Iran, sir, to help the people on the ground with the internet blackout for more than 72 hours?
We're talking about that. We may get the internet going. That's possible.
Are you talking to
We may
everybody?
speak to Elon, because as you know, he's very good at that kind of thing. He's got a very good company. So we may speak to Elon Musk. And in fact, I'm going to call him as soon as I'm finished with you.
Iran said that they would consider military and commercial bases as legitimate targets if you struck. Are you concerned about?
If they do that, we'll consider things targets that they wouldn't believe. If they do that, we will hit them at levels that they've never been hit before, and they won't even believe it. I have options that are so strong. So I mean, if they did that, it'll be met with a very, very powerful force.
Iran uses threats seriously.
Don't you think so? CNN, don't you think so? Wouldn't you say that they probably do at this point? After going through it for years with me, being hit, Soleimani, al-Baghdadi, the Iran nuclear threat wiped out, don't you think, and then you just had Venezuela, don't you think, she says, CNN, do you think they take your threat seriously? Wouldn't you say they do after all of the things we've done? What a stupid question.
Are you coordinating with allies on the response to Iran? When will you meet with Maria Corina Machado this week?
I don't know. I hear Tuesday or Wednesday. I look forward to that.
Have you named your board of peace for Gaza yet? Where do those plans stand?
Peace is being formed, but essentially it's the most important leaders of the most important nations. All nations, but the most important, you take the most important leaders and nations, that's who the board of peace is going to be. Everybody wants to be on.
What group taking your threat seriously is why they are not taking your threat? The New York Post.
New York Post treats me semi-fairly. So go ahead.
One group taking your threats very seriously is Greenland. Are you still thinking of military action there, or is there anything they can?
Where?
Greenland. Greenland. Is there anything they can offer you for a deal?
If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will. And I'm not letting that happen. If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will take Greenland. And I am not going to let that happen.
Is there any deal they can offer you? Like
Yeah, sure. I'd love to make a deal with them. It's easier. But one way or the other, we're going to have Greenland.
Are you okay if that compromises NATO if NATO effectively ceases to exist.
I'm doing a great job. I'm the one that saved NATO. I'm the one that got him to pay 5.5% of GDP. Wait a minute. It was 2%, and they didn't pay. Now they're paying 5%. I'm the one that saved NATO. You wouldn't have NATO if I weren't president.
If you pull the U.S. out of NATO, would you consider doing that?
Or maybe NATO would be upset if I did it. Maybe NATO would save a lot of money. I like NATO. I just wonder whether or not if we needed NATO, would they be there for us? I'm not sure they would. You know, we spend a lot of money on NATO. I'm not sure they would.
But what would you do?
Now, what's happened is, as you know, Sleepy Joe Biden gave $350 billion to Ukraine and got nothing for it. I got rare earth back. I got, I think, value back far greater than that. But and that's what he should have done. Now, if you look at what's going on with respect to NATO, we have a very good relationship. 5% GDP, and they pay us. We send them military equipment, and they pay us back the full cost of the equipment. The war, we make money with the war, but I don't even want to talk about that. I want to save the lives. They're Russian and Ukrainian lives. I want to save the lives. That's the only reason I'm doing it. This is Biden's war. Should have never happened. Would have never happened if I were president. This is Biden's war. It's not Trump's war. All I can do is stop it. And I think we're making progress toward stopping it, which would be number 9.25. You know what the quarter is, right? Right? Thailand and Cambodia went at it again, but I got to stop very quick. I consider that 1/4 of a war.
Have you made a tangible offer to Greenland yet? Have you made an actual offer to Denmark?
Greenland should make the deal because Greenland does not want to see Russia or China take over. They don't go there. It's very far away from Greenland. And Greenland, basically, their defense is 2 dog sleds. Do you know that? You know what their defense is? 2 dog sleds. In the meantime, you have Russian destroyers and submarines and China destroyers and submarines all over the place. We're not going to let that happen.
In the meantime, are you
And if it affects NATO, then it affects NATO. But, you know, they need us much more than we need them. I will tell you that right now.
Are you going to UK and Germany?
That's a war that should have never happened with Ukraine.
The UK and Germany are discussing plans for a joint NATO mission to protect Arctic security in Greenland. Does that change your calculus at all?
No, look, we're talking about acquiring, not leasing, not having it short term. We're talking about acquiring. And if we don't do it, Russia or China will, and that's not going to happen when I'm president.
Are you going to increase the amount of military bases on Greenland in the meantime?
We have bases on Greenland.
Are
Yeah,
you going to do more?
we put a lot of soldiers there right now if I want, but you need more than that. You need ownership. You really need title, as they say in the real estate business.
You're on Minneapolis. Your administration has advocated for absolute immunity for the ICE officer who shot Renee. How do you define absolute immunity? What does that mean?
Everyone's seen it. And the woman was very violent. She's a very radical person. Very sad what happened. Her friend was very radical. Go and
But
drive.
for the officer absolute immunity, how would you define that?
Well, I'm going to let the people define it. But immunity, you know what immunity means as well as I do.
So that officer should be back on the
People
force.
can't be treating law enforcement that way, whether it's ICE or Border Patrol or our police and men and women. You can't do that. We have, the law enforcement in our country is doing really well, despite the fact that Sleepy Joe Biden allowed people to pour through an open border. Crime stats just came out. We have the best crime stats on record, despite all the criminals he allowed into our country. We've gotten a lot of them out. We have to respect our law enforcement. At a very minimum, that woman was very, very disrespectful to law enforcement. And you heard the same noises. You saw the same crunch that I saw. You can't do that with law enforcement, whether it's police or ICE or Border Patrol or anybody else.
When it comes to ICE,
Mr. President, well, just to clarify on the absolute immunity, do you believe ICE officers should have absolute immunity?
That's why.
Generally speaking, these people have been harassed. They're threatened every day. They had bans out playing so they couldn't sleep in the hotel. I see what they're doing to them. They're threatening them constantly. And all they're doing is doing what I got elected on. We had millions of people that came into a country that are horrible people that shouldn't be in our country. They're murderers, they're drug dealers, they're people from mental institutions, they're the criminally
That's right
insane,
here. I
they're
already.
people from
Then we
prisons.
watched this
They were
already. I
allowed to come
remember
into our
this.
country
You
because
just say
Biden
the same
was
thing.
a stupid person, and the people surrounding him, very smart, very vicious, but they have no common sense, and they're radicalized people. They're radical left people, not radical right. They're radical left people. And all they're doing is what I campaigned on. I won in a landslide. We won all 7 swing states. We won the popular vote. We won the districts. We won everything. We won the counties. We won the counties by 79%, I believe. I campaigned on the Great Border, and now we have a Great Border. But Biden let 25 million people come into this country, and many of those people are criminals, including 11,888 murderers. And we want them out. And I won on that. Now people don't talk about it because the border is so secure. Nobody wants to talk about it anymore. The border was one of the reasons I won the election. I've done such a good job on it, nobody wants to talk about it anymore. The border is totally secure. And now the crime stats just came out, and they're the best numbers since they were taken, and that's like 50 years ago. We have the best crime numbers, despite the fact that a lot of criminals were allowed into our country. We have to respect our law enforcement.
Do you believe that deadly force was necessary after watching all the footage of the days that passed? What's your assessment there?
It was highly disrespectful of law enforcement. The woman and her friend were highly disrespectful of law enforcement. You saw that. They were harassing, they were following for days and for hours. I think, frankly, they're professional agitators. And I'd like to find out, and we are going to find out who's paying for it, with their brand new signs and all the different things. But these are professional agitators, and law enforcement should not be in a position where they have to put up with this stuff. What that woman and what her friend and what their other friends were doing to law enforcement, not just ICE, law enforcement is outrageous. I'm going to be making a trip to Detroit to talk about our unbelievable amount of factories that are opening up all over the country, many of which are car factories and car plants. We have manufacturing plants opening up at levels that nobody's ever seen before because of tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, you wouldn't have them opening, although they were very happy with the November 5th election. But we have from Canada they're coming, from Mexico they're coming, from Germany, from Japan, from all over Europe, and from Japan, other places, and from China. They're opening up car factories, car manufacturing plants at levels that we've never seen before. So I'm going to Detroit because they're going to be opening up plants in Detroit or redoing plants, but they're really ripping down old plants. They're building. We are going to be, we're the hottest country right now anywhere in the world. I mean, think of it. A year and a half ago, we were a dead country, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. I might, yeah. I know nothing about it.
Okay, and back on Iran, the ISIL said that the protesters are trying to quote please you. Do you see it that way? What's your message to the Iranian people?
I don't know that they're trying to please me. They named a boulevard after me, but that's pretty pleasing. But I don't think they're trying to please. I think they just want peace. They want to have freedom. The protesters are after freedom. Iran has not allowed freedom for a long time. And the protesters, I don't think they're trying to appease me. They're trying to get somebody to help them. They're under siege. And now it looks like they're being shot, which is a very bad thing.
It's a very bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to find out pretty soon. Yeah, go ahead. With a beautiful.
We can agree that it's a very bad thing.
I've seen pieces of it. It's incredible. I tell you. I think it's going to do. She did a book, and the book was a big #1 bestseller. And this is a movie, and it seems to be captivating a lot of people's attention. It's very good. Because here we go again. Yeah, it's going to be doing the premiere at the Trump Kennedy Center. It'll be very exciting. It's a very hard ticket, I can tell you. Everybody, Wayne Gretzky and his wife Janet, beautiful wife, great wife. They said last night, gee, I want to go to everybody wants tickets to the premiere. I think it's going to be great.
Is there any timing on the mortgage bond purchases you announced last week?
On the what? Mortgage?
Mortgage bond purchases? Like getting any doing that?
No, they're already doing it. They started the process. And it's having a great impact. Interest rates are falling very rapidly. Not only for that reason, for other reasons too, but interest rates are falling very rapidly. With no help from the Fed, because we have a total skip. Yeah. Well, then they're in violation of the law. Very severe things. No, I want a cap on credit card interest rates. Because, some of them are 28, almost 30%. And people don't know they're paying 30%. The people out there, they're working, they have no idea that they're paying 30%. No way. We're putting a 1-year cap at 10%, and that's it. They know it. They really abuse the public. The credit card companies have totally abused it. I'm not going to let it happen. With Iran?
Yeah, do you think they want to engage diplomatically?
They do. They called
you?
yesterday. Iran called to negotiate. Yesterday. And the leaders of Iran called. They want to negotiate. I think they're tired of being beat up by the United States. Iran wants to negotiate. Yes. We may meet with them. I mean, a meeting is being set up. But we may have to act because of what's happening before the meeting. But a meeting is being set up. Iran called. They want to negotiate. Thank you very much, everybody. Be careful. A lot of bumps. Yeah, we're going to make it a beautiful world-class U.S. Open caliber course. And ideally, we're going to have major tournaments there and everything else. It's going to bring a lot of business into Washington. By the way, the crime stats just came out on Washington, D.C. There is virtually no crime. It's gone from...
All right, so that's what's going on right now. He was on Air Force One today. Need that.
That's Donald Trump. We hear that wisely. I don't like his taxes, but hopefully we don't die. They're gonna try to bomb us or knock out the power grid. That's what they do when they I think they knock out the power and they capture it. Venezuela. They said that people were getting packages. This happened back in May, but it started in 2020. People been getting packages. They're assumed to be from China, but of seeds that like a bag of seeds, and nobody ordered them. It's just randomly coming to people's house, and some people got it in Bristol, Connecticut, but they told them to throw them away because it's do not plant them or don't eat them. Huh?
And so we throw them away because they got them from
No, they told everybody to do it. It wasn't just them. People got it in New York and other places, but it was just random. They didn't order them. And they said there could be some toxic chemical or something on the outside or something toxic, so don't eat it or don't plant it. And call the plant administration or something if you do get it.
Yo, you want to review this video of this kid interviewing a porn star who slept with over 1,000?
A kid interviewing a porn star.
Yeah,
No.
a porn star who
Why is a kid
interviewed
interviewing a
over.
porn star?
He's not a kid. He I don't know. He claims to be a kid.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. For today's guest, we have Lily Phillips. Welcome in. Please take a seat in the middle. For today's co-host, we have Mike. Please welcome in Mike.
Keeping a table distance from me.
Yeah, I think you're disgusting, and I just want to make sure that I keep my distance from you.
Don't want to catch the chlamydia, honey.
I mean, I'm sure that's not surprising to hear.
No, I get that a lot.
Okay. Please introduce yourself in case anybody doesn't know you.
Hi, I am Lily Phillips. I am best known as the Gagba Queen.
I mean, that says nothing about you. You described, I guess, your job a little bit.
Yeah. So I do prostitution, whatever you want to call it, and I'm 24.
Okay. I had on, I guess, I mean, for the viewer's reference, I had on that other disgusting person who lives in the UK, and she said she was a similar age to you, but she looked like she was 60. I will say you don't look like you're 60, so that is one difference.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You don't look like you're 24, though, but I will believe you.
I'm just mature.
Yeah, okay, sure. People say that dogs look like their owners. Do you look like a dog?
Yes.
Okay.
My dog's got a long nose like me.
You have a dog?
Yeah.
Is she doing okay?
She's good. She's well.
How long have you had this dog? I mean, do you think you should be...
But, you know, I'm very generous to her. Give her a lovely life.
A couple hundred years ago, your limbs would be torn off and your head would be placed on a spike. What went wrong?
I think they used to think we were witches back then. Now we're just sluts.
That was probably a couple thousand years ago. I'm kind of referencing maybe more like medieval times.
I thought we used to get paid. Isn't it the oldest?
Continue, please.
Isn't it the oldest profession in the books?
What?
How it works, sex work.
Probably not. Probably like farming. I don't know for
I would
sure.
argue sex work.
That doesn't mean that it's okay or legal or that you wouldn't have been killed for it not so long ago.
I don't think they kill for it. I think they used to get paid for it.
I guess it depends what time and place you're talking about, but there were definitely, I mean, you're also not just the average like person that you would find in a brothel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not worth, I'm saying.
Average.
Not necessarily, just more disgusting and even less lies, you know what I mean?
More degenerate.
Right, I mean, yeah. So I'm asking, what went wrong since then to allow this to even be a thing?
What went wrong? Women's rights. This is what we fought for.
So you're not a feminist is what you're saying. You're saying that it should
No,
happen.
this is what we fought for. This is what should have happened.
This is what you want to happen.
Yeah.
And you think that's a good thing?
Hell yeah.
Why is that? How can it do good for the world?
You know what I think? I think the average person is usually a bit more cheery after a black. So am I not just making the world happier?
Not if the people, even if what you're saying is true with no context, not if they're catching diseases and in general it would mess up their head probably.
Like this guy.
I mean,
What's
no,
wrong
you
with
didn't
him?
touch him. I warned him before, despite him being sick on the floor. I said, I know you're not really in the position to move right now, but if you try touching, you move away quickly.
Will that be like the final straw?
The
You
what?
touch me. The final straw? Are these guys here for me to fuck?
No, that's my co-host, and that's Mike. They're part of my podcast. But
I thought we were
actually,
doing a gangbang after. I thought you were getting involved. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty wet just seeing everyone in balaclavas, so.
She's so aggressive.
What she said about the copper.
if you try touching us, I will stab you.
With what?
With a
Your
pencil.
penis, hopefully.
No, with a pencil. I'm not kidding around, by the way. Are you smarter than a fly?
Most likely not.
I agree with that. Can you tell me a little bit more?
I don't really know what that flies think, but I mean, what goes on in my brain is usually just like a lot of just and
Do you think this is interesting or funny to talk about? Is somebody coaching you to just make weird degenerate things? Because this is the same thing that Bonnie Blue did. And I mean, with her, she seems smarter than you, but a lot more of a bitch. With you, I almost feel bad. She looked like she had some serious issues with you. Maybe you were just like my as a kid. I don't really know, to be honest.
I fear that this is just my personality.
So,
I was just born for.
So yeah, but that doesn't mean that would be the only thing you talk about. You know what I mean?
It is when you're just young, dumb, and full of like me.
It's like a riddle.
Yeah, I like a little bit of a rhyme.
What is it like being a black woman in Bosnia?
I'm not a black woman in Bosnia.
Is that something you changed? I mean, if it's a past tense thing, that's fine as well.
I mean,
What was it like being a black woman in Bosnia?
I think I'd rather stay white and keep my privilege. So I can't quite.
Oh, you don't like black people, is what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is I'd rather just.
I almost already not switching sides, but I was going to start leaning over a little bit.
To where? To me?
No, like
To kiss me?
no, I would rather kill myself then touch you, even shake your hand. You see, I actually just lost my train of thought. What were you were saying something about black people? Go ahead.
I said black people are great. I love them, especially when they have white.
You said you wanted to stay white to keep the privilege.
Yeah, because white people are more privileged now.
Is that good or bad?
Bad.
Bad.
But if it's a choice between being a black woman in, where did you say, Bosnia?
Yes.
And being myself in England, I'll stay myself. I don't think I'd be able to do the gangbangers I did.
Exactly. Even the black women in Bosnia have a little bit more integrity than you. How can we know our experiences are real and not just illusions created by a machine while our brains sit in a vat?
Say that again.
How can we know our experiences are real and not just illusions created by a machine while our brains sit in a vat?
We don't.
We don't know that.
No. That's why you just got to do what you want.
The implication there is that you're not religious or anything?
I'm not, sadly.
Were you ever religious?
Unless you want to baptize me with your
No.
I've been christened. God dipped me in all of his juices.
As a kid?
As a child, yeah.
As a child, were you is that what you like this?
No.
No?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
Were you
No, I wasn't. I mean, there's nothing to point really towards that. I feel like there obviously is with you.
Something must have gone wrong.
With me?
Yeah.
What's the pointer there?
Very interesting personality.
That doesn't mean something went wrong. That just means I'm a special person. What gave you the initial push to become a disgusting slut?
What gave me the initial push? Oh, honestly, just like my raw enthusiasm.
Right. I mean, but that answers that part, but that doesn't really answer the part why you would make it a public thing with. I guess that
public
was
thing.
that
I love performing. No, I love performing. I love having sex in front of people. I like the attention.
So you didn't want to become like an actor or something before?
I am an actor now. Just.
I mean, like an actual talented actor. You wanted to do something that made you famous, but you didn't have any talent. So did you do this, or just in general, or does it matter?
Is it not clear that I'm talentless?
Obviously, I kind of didn't know that you knew that. I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm doing. Nothing else
That is why I'm doing it. So you would have rather had done something that needed talent, but that didn't work.
Like I said, I was just born for. I had no other options.
Why did you have no other options?
I wasn't good at anything else. I'm just good at.
Yeah, but you could have like picked up little stones and then sold them.
Why would that be interesting or fun?
It wouldn't, but you could have made an honest living.
I prefer to get my out online.
Well, I was hoping that maybe that was something you hadn't thought about.
What? It was going to be a career change from there?
I was hoping that would have been. I would have given myself some credit. I would have thought I helped you.
I appreciate that.
What will you do once you retire?
Probably just. I mean, I still want to do forever.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't indulge in that or watch it. But even the weird degenerates who do, probably won't watch your stuff in like 4 years.
No, but then you get a different demographic.
And then that demographic ends in 4 years. The following one ends in 4 years, and then you're.
Have you never watched a
what?
grandma?
No, I haven't. But I mean,
it's a lot of people's favorite category.
That's your intention in the future.
Yeah. You coming closer now?
No, I'm actually moving my chair this way, but the table this way because it's bad for the shot.
Okay. You want to edge closer?
No, I went farther.
Do I smell nice at least?
I'm trying not to get close enough to smell you. Why is the frog able to jump disproportionately high?
That's a good question. I'm not gonna lie, a silly like me can't answer that.
Is that gonna be your answer to everything? Just making fun of yourself?
You know what? I don't really know physics. I don't know geography.
I don't know the answer.
Ask me some porn questions, then maybe I'll be able to answer.
Yeah, I don't really want to get into that. I don't really even want to support it. I'm gonna get rid of all of your answers.
I think he wants to put his pencil in here.
I think he wants to stab you in the neck. Would it be accurate to say you're much like a homeless but with substantially more money?
Yes.
That would be a good example.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that? You're proud of that?
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, there's not much really for me to even go on forward with because you're not even ashamed of it in any sense or even argumentative about it.
Why would I be ashamed of being UK's biggest?
That's obvious, but that's even besides the point. I'm just saying some people would not be ashamed of it, but they'd be offended if somebody is telling them off about it. You don't even seem to care at all. You seem truly, like, sort of emotionless about it.
I just don't think comments like that can hurt me. I mean, I've heard it all. And I kind of believe it, so...
You believe it? You agree with it?
I do. I do.
So then why wouldn't that encourage you to change your behavior?
Because I like my lifestyle. You know, I do well for myself.
Yeah, how much money do you make?
Enough.
How much?
In the millions.
Per month, per year?
Per year.
How much do you make a month?
I don't really like to say that.
Why is that? Is that...
You know what, it's quite personal. The one thing to me that's a little bit crude, I guess.
Seems like an arbitrary thing for you to have anything personal.
Yeah.
Very European.
Go ahead, so answer the question if you agree.
No, but am I not allowed to have my boundaries?
Actually, I don't think so. No.
Well, I'm sticking to this boundary.
Yeah, but I mean, that would be something that you know the answer to and could be interesting for the audience.
How much do you make?
I make over $400 every week.
Wow.
That's true, by the way. Not more than 800.
Do you have sponsorships on this podcast? Are you sponsored?
I had some, not anymore, but I don't.
He's using fake guns to shoot me.
I think he's threatening, not pretending.
Let me see your big fat gun then. I hope it's nice and thick.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Factor Meal. With the new year coming around, a lot of people have it on their agenda to start eating better and lose some weight, whatever it is. Factor Meal is the best option because when you probably spend your money on stupid pieces of jewelry. So I would be more. You should be more afraid that somebody's gonna come and like you as opposed to steal your jewelry.
I mean, if someone came around mine to have me, I don't think that'd be too much of a threat. I think you could
So you're encouraging people to show up at your house.
If they come with good intentions.
So that's your encouragement, actually, for people to find out where you live and shop at your house.
Yeah, as long as you come with a big.
Truly, that's actually something that you believe in.
If they're going to show me a good time, why not allow them in?
I kind of win there. I have nothing. I have no response. You beat me there. Well, this is, I guess, interesting. What is the difference between you and Bonnie Blue exactly? Seems like the same bum ass shit.
What is the difference between us? I think I'm a little bit more maybe authentic. You know.
Well, why are you more authentic than her?
I do what I enjoy.
I'm sure she would say the same. She did say the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'd beg to differ.
No, she literally said the same thing on my podcast that I filmed.
That's fine. Doesn't mean
you're saying she's lying.
Stars shot fired.
I didn't say that.
You seem not to like her. I mean, your tone is switched.
I don't think we're the best of friends now.
Why not? That's like the only person that you could ever relate to.
Go ahead. I mean, there's not really much to say, to be honest. Like, I don't really know the girl.
Yeah, but you clearly, in your tone, don't like her. And she clearly doesn't like you either.
That's fine if she doesn't like me. A lot of people don't.
I understand that. Well, with her, it's different. The reason is probably different. She sees you as like a competitor? Is that how you view her?
I don't think I see her as a competitor. I mean, you can't really have competition with someone when we're not on the same platform.
But again, you're trying to avoid it. I mean, when I interviewed her, I didn't really care to ask her about you. I wasn't planning on mentioning it until they asked me not to do that. And I still didn't mention it because I didn't really care. I thought they were maybe trying to bait me into doing that. So I asked one of the other things they asked me not to mention, and they got mad. So I realized it wasn't, but it still wasn't very interesting. You didn't ask me not to mention her, but it seems clearly like you're not pleasant to talk about it.
There's just not much to say.
But you, otherwise, to say what? Just about having you want people to come to your house?
No, but I mean, there's just not much to say on the topic of her.
Are you riddled with diseases?
Am I riddled with diseases? I have been.
What type of diseases?
I've had and got, but this was before I was actually.
Right. I mean, so why would anybody? How do you get these people to agree to even meet up with you?
I just put it online and they show up. Seems like your buddy's doing the same.
Yeah, but he's not showing up to meet you. He's showing up because he's part of the show.
I thought he was here to get me.
No, I
You've got that balaclava on. I still don't believe you.
About
as soon as these cameras go off, you're hitting it on, yeah.
Why would anybody agree to show up? And when they do, I guess you wouldn't know that answer. When the people show up, are they usually like just disgusting messes of people?
They're honestly like a mix. Like you get from age 18 to 80, all ethnicities. It's a real free for all.
What is
all body types.
The most prominent?
What is the most prominent? There's not really one, to be honest. You get a real mix.
I'm sure there's more of one than the other. Is there like a lot of Indians?
Are you suggesting that Indians are degenerate?
Are what?
Indians are degenerate.
Yeah, absolutely. That's super obvious.
But no, actually, all races are degenerate. So
yeah, some more than others. Are you suggesting that Indians are not degenerate? Have you seen them on the buses? Have you seen a video of an Indian on a bus?
I don't think I have. Somehow I don't watch them videos. I usually watch the ones where they're running a train on me instead.
Yeah, I didn't ask that. I'm asking about the. Well, I'm not really asking.
You were asking about a bus and then made me think about a train.
Okay, I see the thing you did there. Okay, well, is it more Indians than others?
No.
What?
Probably more like English people because we're in England. Yeah,
but I mean sort of, obviously there's going to be more English people than black people, right? Because there's more English than black. I'm saying with how many black people there are as a percentage, are they higher than they should be?
No.
What about Indians?
No, I don't think I've actually had that many Indians. I don't think I've had anyone from India.
What about Pakistanis?
To be honest, I don't really check their race. Usually they're covered up like this with a balaclava on. Well, yeah, the only thing I usually look at is their but it doesn't mean I'm like...
Yeah, but even if they have a head covering on, like my co-host, their heads are still brown.
But I'm thinking too much about their not about what skin colour they are.
Yeah, but even you, when you meet them outside, you're obviously going to...
I don't really meet a lot of them outside.
Your producers don't meet them outside?
So like my staff do.
And they're not. And do they know if they're more Indian? I'm just trying to figure it out because
they don't really note down.
A piece of evidence in one of my later episodes when I'm shitting on Indians.
They don't tend to note down race. I'm not gonna lie. It's not really.
That's unfortunate. I don't believe you, but so be it. If an immigrant wins the lottery, should they be given the money or should it be given to a true patriot?
If a what?
If an immigrant wins the lottery, should they be given the money or should it be given to a true patriot?
The person who wins the lottery.
But they're an immigrant. Why would we give them the money?
Immigrants aren't bad people.
I'm not saying they're bad people. I might be subtly suggesting they're worse people, but that's almost irrelevant here. I'm just saying, why would we give them the money?
Because they won the lottery, no?
But they're not from the country. I guess I'm referencing the US, but we're in the UK, but the same situation would go for here too.
Right. I thought it was a whole potluck thing. Anyone who enters can win.
That's how it works. I'm saying it shouldn't work like that.
I disagree.
Why is that?
Because I believe in fairness. No?
To immigrants even?
Yes.
Oh goodness.
I feel like I'm not passing the test.
I didn't expect you to really believe anything otherwise. I mean, I haven't met anybody in Europe generally that isn't a massive liberal, unfortunately. I guess that's just how it is here. Do you have an Obama phone?
An Obama phone?
Yes.
Obama phone? Do I have his phone number?
What?
Do
you have an Obama phone?
What's that? Sorry, I'm lost.
It's like those.
If we're not talking about, I usually don't know what we're on about.
Yeah, I wasn't really interested in talking about that. I mean, because there's no shaming you about it. You're completely shameless and you're not offended or argumentative about it. So.
But what's an Obama phone?
It's the phones that Obama gave people when he was the president. Those little cheap phones.
I don't know if you knew, but we're in the UK here, so I don't really keep up to date with what's going on in the US.
Somebody might have came over from the UK or to the UK a while ago from the US with an Obama phone. Maybe you found one. I didn't.
Sadly.
In the UK, free speech doesn't exist, meaning you can be arrested for something as trivial as threatening to someone and their family. Should this law be changed?
Should we have free speech? Hell yeah.
Even with stuff like that?
You're asking me about politics. Can you ask me something I know?
Why not politics?
I don't know a lot about politics.
Okay, well that would make it interesting because you're not going to give a political answer.
Okay.
You're going to give an honest answer.
Okay. But what was the question again?
In the UK, free speech doesn't exist, meaning you can be arrested for something as trivial as threatening to someone and their family. Should this law be changed?
Isn't that a threat, not free speech?
Well, those should be under the same category, in my opinion.
I personally think if you're threatening someone, then maybe.
But it's not in action. You're not really hurting somebody.
As in, it's just done verbally.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
I didn't say hitting somebody or killing their family for real.
But I feel like if you're threatening someone,
then
you should still get time. I don't fucking know. You're asking me weird, fucking whack-ass questions that I have no clue about.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Pride Pigs. Trying new things can be hard, but when you're right on track. No, not the next question. I'm asking you. What should they do? Assuming
next question, no comment.
This isn't.
What do you think about that?
She an airhead. I don't know why. Who is that guy?
He's some kid who makes content. Sometimes he'll bring up only OF models up there, and he'll bring up different people up there and talk about their life, but he really like he breaks them down. Really funny.
But she didn't care. She wants to be a home.
Mm-hmm.
This is the mess that's being pushed to media. And little girls are gonna watch this and think that it's okay.
38 minutes ago, it said that Trump said that Iran wants to negotiate.
They do. They called yesterday. Iran called to negotiate. Yesterday, the leaders of Iran called. They want to negotiate. I think they're tired of being beat up by the United States. Iran won.
Tired of being beat up by the United States. What is this quote? He be wanting all this. Okay.
What's wrong with him? You can't trust a man in a toothpaste. Because he always got something in mind.
Yo, the young Turks be killing me. You ever watched them?
No.
Young Turks, they like a political group. Yo, you know what used to be cool, yo? Peanut Live from 215 was a puppet. And you used to have like little episodes, doing little cameos with other people from Philly and stuff. It used to be pretty interesting. It was funny.
I've seen something with him before, but I didn't really follow him. Because I don't really, I told you, I don't be watching silly stuff like that. Some stuff be, but it be too much. They be doing too much.
Want to hear what's going on with YNW Melly?
I guess there's always something.
He's on that case. You know, I interviewed him. He's called the $1 billion lawyer. You know who was also in court with him today? YNW Melly. YNW Melly.
That's why you
was in court and Melly was looking for bail.
Do you want to hear YNW Melly? Because you know
this is essentially what happened. Let's get to it. Okay. I'll give you the short of it. Melly was actually turned down. He got turned down for bond and he wasn't happy to mess with. That's why.
He's in jail for what?
Right, the 12th. Okay.
For what he wrote a song about?
That particular part. Now, if you don't know, Melly's been locked up for 7 years. And he's awaiting this murder charge or murder trial. This would be his second one. He went through one already. And that ended in a mistrial. And this time around, he's still trying to get some type of bail if they're not going to have the trial.
Because you did it. Why would you? I remember.
Shortly. And he went for bail, but he was also sitting there being accused of witness tampering. Let's go back. And in 2018, he shares the same lawyer as Dirk, who's from Finland. I'm going to forget a bite size. Give me a second. Where is the Melly files at? God damn. Might have to go on social media. Because everyone was running the story saying he looked unhappy with his lawyer. Which I don't think is the case. But here is the video. And by the way, he has cut his hair. He has kind of a new look. Can I find it? I can't find it. I don't know. I know Melly. It's a 57-minute video. I don't want you guys to sit through the whole thing. But that's Drew Finley.
Okay, let me go on the record. This is on the top of my page 2, State versus Jamel Devins, 23-10594 CF10A. I've got Ms. Bucklow, Mr. Griffiths here. Person I've got is Dr. Jamel Devins, cell and conditions of confinement, months 1, 3, and 4, and 5. Electronically filed December the 29th, 2025. The defense motion for additional time for file motion to suppress.
Okay, let's hear the arguments.
If you do need me to hear that, and this is the gang activities, we bifurcated cells. Ms. Bucklow, you're moving to do that yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so then based on that, without objection from the state, that one's going to be granted. The trial will go forward as counts 1, 3, and 5 only for purposes of what the jury sees. I'm going to call those counts 1, 2, and 3, but on that information, it's count 1, tampering with a witness in capital felony, count 3, solicitation to commit tampering, and count 5, conspiracy to commit tampering. Oh, okay, let's see what you got.
Okay. I'm trying to get some meat and potatoes.
Happy to do that. Okay, 3 counts that will be.
Underlying facts of the murder case. Particulars. Take the lot. We don't know what.
Okay. Well,
clip everyone's talking about.
Or that's that other guy.
Is this clip here? Mommy, don't you cry. Okay, it doesn't really have audio, but
that star.
They're looking at this to say his body language looks like he's unhappy with his legal team.
Who is that?
After he was denied yet again a chance of bail. Remember, he's been locked up for 7 years, and he did pick up some new lawyers. I'm here to tell you that's not true. He got the best lawyer that he could get. He has Drew Finland. Dirk got Drew Finland. This guy here is the guy who got the young boy out of his situation. This guy makes magic happen. And, the reality is they're not going to let somebody out on any type of bail if you're accused of a double homicide and a homicide of your friends. Like, there's no way they're going to believe that you are not somewhat of a danger just based on the allegations. So that's why he hasn't gotten out on bail, and I wouldn't expect him to, okay? But yeah. Is there anything else?
That's that. What Brittany Renner been up to?
Huh?
What Brittany Renner been up to?
He's been 96. He didn't become 50 Cent until 2003. 2003. Yeah, 2003. I think give him trying to get on 2003, 2004. So he didn't have any money. He wasn't this big drug dealer that he tries to claim to be. First of all, he never was a big drug dealer. He was always a corner boy. Let's get that straight. Like anybody from Jamaica Queen, Southside Jamaica Queen.
Who that going in on?
Who was known for his hands and he
didn't
have any money then. Like I was taking care of him. He didn't have any money then.
Well, who the woman?
I was pregnant with Marquise in 96. He didn't become 50 Cent
until
2003.
The baby mama, his son, he done.
Yeah, 2003. I think give him trying to get on 2003, 2004. So he didn't have any money. He wasn't this big drug dealer. But he didn't have money.
She dragging
I was the one before he got shot and he signed with J&J Records. I was the one who was taking care of him financially, was working 18 hours a day on a toll bridge, Whitestone Expressway. Paid for that, real studio time jewelry, tattoos. Company, Rotten Apple Records, his first company.
He decided to do that. Don't blame it on him.
I was the one before he got shot, and he signed with J&J Records.
How many times did he get shot? Some say 5, 9, 10, 11. Who knows? Do you know exactly what it was? How many times?
Absolutely, I know because I was there. I was there with him in the hospital for weeks, to the point where once he was he was not in his induced coma. Once he saw I was there, he did not let me leave his side. But he was shot 5 times. 5 times.
5, so
Once
was
in the
it 9?
Oh, yo, why is she airing them out?
And everything else.
Papoose found her because
it was not 9. He said he came up with 5. His reason to me why he said he came up with 5 was because Tupac got shot 9 times. 5 times. He said Tupac got shot 5 times, so he wanted to sensationalize because he didn't want to be compared.
How many times did he get?
5 times. He said Tupac got shot 5 times, so he wanted to sensationalize because he didn't want to be compared to Tupac. He wanted to make it bigger than what Tupac was. That's what. But he got shot 5 times. That's what.
And you were
I was in constant communication with the doctors. I was his next of kin. He got shot 5 times.
And you were there. The people in the debate, were you there?
I was. When he got shot, we're in the hospital.
Well, both in the shot.
I was there in front of the house when he got shot. Like I said, his grandmother was in the yard planting flowers. Marquise and I had walked him to the. I can't explain the house. I kind of could, but the house had a porch, so he was still like an outside porch. So Marquise and I was standing in the outside porch. JU came and spoke you hear EJ interviews, which, by the way, coming soon. I have so much footage with God. Recipes JU. I got so much footage with JU, and that's going to definitely come out 5 times. He said Tupac got shot 5
situation, so which was kind of deep. That wasn't the first time that he abused you, was it?
No, but when it filters out in front of the children, like no, like the first time he ever hit me, to be honest, was I don't talk about this. This is a lot of cathartic moments and stuff, but the first time I don't even think I told you this. I think the first time he hit, I don't think I know. The first time he hit me, I was pregnant with my teeth. So yeah, here.
Well, let me ask you. So Marquise was pregnant with Marquise, so his situation, so which was kind of deep. That wasn't the first time that he abused you, was it?
No, but when it filters out in front of the children, like no, like the first time he ever hit me, to be honest, was
famous rapper Gino is clicking. You know, he's a victim on the sense that he's in great shape. Why wouldn't you want to be with somebody at that point in his career?
Because he was abusive. Well, he still is abusive. I'm just not in his presence, but he's abusive. Emotionally, physically, he's abusive. And the last straw for me was he hit me in front of my daughter. And I said, as a mother, if I allow her to see him hit me, it's not a bad name. So it's not like, oh my boo boo. No, that's what people call him boo or boo boo, and
Well, he said that he beat her up in the songs before. He said after the VMAs, my baby mama cussed my ass out. I kicked her ass. We back friends like Puffy and Steve Stout. So that's not funny either. I said that before because I was thinking about after all the stuff came out. I'm like, that, and he said, and she cussed him out because that was, he said the VMAs, but it was the BET Awards, or it was some awards. I think it was the BET Awards, the 2003 BET Awards, and he had got an award. He had won. I don't remember what the category was, but he had came on the stage to accept his award. And then he was thanking everybody. Then at the end, he was like, and I like to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress. This was when he first expressed interest in her. And that was on live television. So he probably came home and then his baby mama was like, what the fuck? You mean you? He said after the VMAs, my baby mama cussed my ass out. I kicked her ass with back friends like Puffy and Steve Stout. So that probably really did happen. And I don't know, they be so dumb. Like, why you gonna do that? You really be beating her up and you gonna put it in your music? And I don't know if you do or not, but why would you say that? Like, yeah, that's not nothing to joke about. Or I don't think you should put that in a song if you didn't do it. But people, I don't know. Everybody's nuts. But Papoose, I don't know. Well, that's I don't know who that is interviewing her. But Papoose posted that, and she told him, and I got a lot of footage. So, like, I'm gonna release that.
They be crazy though. Like you be telling them you got all this stuff, man. They gonna come to your house.
50 Cent, he already been beating her up. She better chill out. No, in all seriousness, we don't condone DV if he is doing that. And she said he's still abusive, so he still be trying to knock her between the washing machine. But and they ain't even together. Um, no, I don't know. Crazy. It's, he's that's why I said before he needs maybe therapy is not the answer. I don't know, but he needs something because when you saying stuff like, "Oh, making fun of somebody passed away," or like you picking with not picking with people, but every time somebody there's people that you already don't like, but then as soon as somebody says something, you just go the extra mile, like and make it your business to keep. Like I've been said this before, the Diddy stuff. When he said that about Herb, and then when he started messing with Joe because Joe said he need therapy, and then like he's just petty. You know, if people be about their money, so if it's something they found a legal way they can make a bag, they gonna take it. And they try and go back to the hood. And shit, at least it's legal. I'd rather you do so legally than you breaking the law, even though some things are arguable if it even should be against the law. But that's another discussion. Could be saying Lil Kim happy before too.
He be beefing with all these women.
Because she claimed that um, he wanted to take her out. She said no. And after, but she had a boyfriend at the time. But he was mad and he was talking about her or something. Like he did a freestyle on the radio and said something about her in it or whatever. And she said, they said somebody shot at him when they after he said that when they came outside the radio station. So must have been little camp people. They shot at they after he was on the radio station said a freestyle talk about Lil Kim. Then they come outside and they were shooting at somebody. I don't remember what he said about her, but that was around the time when they gave Candy shot. I said, get to the Candy shot. But she had a man. So how you gonna get mad? He seemed like he the type. There are men that be getting mad. But how you gonna get mad? She said, first of all, even if she just said no, whether she's single or not, you should have accepted and go on about your business or do business because that's what you're supposed to be doing or whatever. But if she got a man, then you should just leave it alone. How you gonna force somebody? Like they get an attitude. First of all, young now you're insulting them, and then as she began to change with her surgery and stuff, he was posting pictures throughout. And this was later on. It wasn't even, you know, that was a while later when she started. But he was posting pictures of her next to other photos, trying to say she looked like this or that or whatever. Like, just he never let it go when you don't like someone. But what else you got?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if you need to make some quick cash and like it's not like you're gonna get rich or whatever, but you can earn money. And I know the people be saying this or whatever, but it's not a scam. I promise. You can earn money and by playing video games and doing surveys. You gotta receive at least $5 minimum before you can cash it out, and you could cash it out onto a card or into your bank account or whatever. But like you play games, it'll give you tasks like get to level 3, and then you get points for that. Each amount of points is worth that that dollar value. So if you get 150 points, that's $1.50. So you gotta get 500 points um to be able to cash it out $5. You can't cash it out with less than that, but you can just let it sit cash out when you want. Like I said, you can hook up your bank account, or you can do it through PayPal to get your payment, and it take like 2 business days, um, or up to 2 business days. You might get it before then, but yeah, it's definitely for like if you just wanna, you could use that and put that into an account for investments or something, let it stack up or something, or just for gas money for your car or something like. But it really works. Take it to now. The surveys be aggravating because they ask you like a mini survey before you take the survey to see if you even fit into a certain demographic. This is what I'm talking about. They only interview certain people for the stuff where they be getting this information from. Because if you don't answer certain questions with what they're looking for, then they're like, oh, the survey, and then they only interview a certain amount of people, so it could either be filled up or they can um, it can either be filled up or you don't qualify to take the survey because they're looking for certain people. Like they might be like, do you have kids? And if you don't have kids, it might be questions related to having children, so then you're disqualified from it. But it'll ask. But if you do qualify, then you take the survey. It tells you how long each survey is. It could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And then it tells you how many points you get for each one. Same thing with the game. If you reach a certain level, tell you how many points you get when you reach that level. Yeah. And there's also like subscription and stuff like that where if you sign up for certain subscriptions, like it'll reimburse you. I didn't do that because I'm trying to earn money, not spend it. But if you do that, it works the same way. Like you could sign up for a subscription, like a $40 subscription, and they'll give you like, I don't know, they'll give you points for in there, so you could earn money back for it.
So,
Like, but
what you did?
what happened?
You double check on the laptop.
But yeah, it's a great thing if you want to just earn money in your leisure. Like I say, you're not gonna get it. It takes a while, a little bit. Like you gotta play or find stuff that is gonna be quicker. Like I said, but if you play in a game and you gotta get to a certain level, then it just depends on you how. And then if you lose, then you gotta wait for your coins to refill for you to be able to play again, unless you buy. So I'm not doing that. So you gotta know what you're doing, how to beat it the quickest without losing first or whatever. So yeah, but it's something, and it's free. It's free money. You don't have to do nothing, and it's work. Them other stuff, there be other ones, and they do be real too. But them just it take is way too long to get the money. They really be like it take forever, but you could get it. But then when you try to cash it out, they ask you for all this extra information. They send it in the mail, or it's I don't know. It's just too much work. This is simpler. Like you immediately, well, within a couple of hours of you play, but usually it ain't. Sometimes it might be a delay, but it usually within that day, if you earn points or you reach the level, you'll see the points go on your account. Sometimes it might take a little longer, but within that day, when you reach the level, they get there, and then you can cash it out. Then it tell you it's pending, and then you'll see
And
it
you
in
got
your
money
account.
already from it?
I made like $20.
Oh shit. Shit. Send me that shit.
It's called branded surveys. I'm gonna
Shit,
put
they
the
should
link
give
in
us
the
some money
description.
for fucking for doing that. Yeah, put the link in the description.
Well, actually, I mean, I cashed out like 20, but I got like seven in there now because I was playing today, like $7 or so change. I didn't cash it out yet. I'm just let that sit there before I cash it out and just keep on
Playing
doing it.
games, making money. It's great.
I wish it was more, but I'll be trying to find ones with like. See, and then when I do the survey, it's like 150 points. They be cheating. They ask me all these damn questions. They be like, sorry. the survey is over. What you mean it's over? Son, like I don't know, or like I said, you don't qualify, and that be happening a lot. So that's why I just playing the games because the games is simpler. It'd be like go to level 5 and you get 500 points.
You probably gotta play mad different games.
Yeah, that's what it is. And then it only stop at a certain. It's like a contest. Like once you get to level 10, you could still play the game, but you're not getting no more points from that. So then you will have to find another game because it only goes. It, like it'll be like this game offers up to 2,500 points. So whatever level it say you go to get to, once you reach that, then you can't get no more from that. So then you gotta, and you can't have downloaded these games for. I got 906. It was $7 before. It must have been some pending. So that's $9. See, $9.06. And I already took. I had 20 since I've been doing it. I've been doing it for like a week or so.
And I go to your Cash App.
You could put it to cash. I got it hooked up to my bank account, but then I transfer it to my cash out. It won't let you put. That's not an option. You could either put um you could either use your bank account, and I think you can use a debit card. It's like a card up there. I don't know what that. It's like some electronic card that you can only use online. I guess they give you like a barcode, and that's how you get the money from that. But I don't know what that is. So it's a card that I don't recognize. I've never seen. Like, but I guess you could make purchases with it online. But I didn't want to do that because they go into my account, and I can just do. I don't have to do all the extra stuff. I had when I played the game before, like on another app, they had an electronic barcode, and I don't like that because. And also, that was the difference between the other games. They only do like gift cards, like Amazon and stuff like that. Only stuff you could do online. I like this better because you can get the money, put it right into your account. But it do got PayPal. It got PayPal, and you put it in your account.
Yes, I be seeing a lot of stuff, and they be talking about those. I'll be like, this kind of bullshit.
But this ain't the ones that they be saying in them YouTube videos though. This is like I got an email about this. And I was at first I was like this one because I played them games before. It do be real, but it's like it just takes way too long for you don't even want to do it no more. But this is like a quicker, like all the games are reasonable ways like for you to get to the level. Like you don't have to play it for 5 weeks to get like I said, I only been playing it for two, and I cashed out $20 already, and now there's $9, and so I mean it still ain't like a regular job or whatever, but it's you're not doing nothing, you just sitting there, and the surveys do be annoying because it's like it's companies they want your feedback, so that's what it's about. Like they ask you about what you do, what you watch on TV, and then it might be, but they ask you questions first. They'll be like, "How old are you? What's your zip code? And what year was you born?" or something. And they'll be like, "Do you like this?" or whatever, and then just ask you questions and get to know a little bit about you. Because I guess to see, depending on what you say, then you may not be able to take that survey. But like I said, the games is probably the best way. But I do be doing survey, and sometimes it'd be like $150 if you do a survey, so that's $1.50, and then but then there do be ones that be smaller, like 19 points, so that's only 19 cents or whatever. So, but the games you get more points quicker when you play the game because the level be like, or it'd be at least $1 or $1 and some like. Well, it might start off at like 60, or it might start off at 8, but then as you get further down, then it'll be like $1 or 250 or 500. So that's $5 you would cash that out. Like so,
That's lit.
yeah.
Shit, there's so many ways you can gamble. I was looking at something online the other day, and they was saying uh, they was gambling about Diddy going to jail and all this other stuff. You can make money off of
That was on FanDuel. What was that
it.
on?
Nah, it was something else. It began with a K.
Why did they bet on that? People
Man,
ain't
mad
shit.
different stuff. Crazy.
That's like Cabin in the Woods. Remember?
Oh yeah, right.
You know these people about to get unalived and you betting on how it's gonna happen. That's crazy. How you could be so crass about like just nonchalant and you're the reason too. And the reason is you. I'm not a perfect person. I never meant to do those things to you. I'm telling my song, who would think? I wonder. That is a crazy name. It sounds like saying who but think. Like, why? What does that even mean? Do you know what it means?
I never understood. I never understood their name.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Did you watch Primate?
I want to watch it. I can't put stuff on his TV because it got a code. I don't. I gotta look at that box. I don't even know if I kept the box or I threw it away. It asked me for a code when I tried to go to the settings so I can. This is a new Fire Stick, so they don't put restrictions on it now to try to block you from. Every year it's because I ain't had one in a while. Like the one I had that for like 5 or 6 years. So this this one that I got now is like a newer model. So you gotta put a passcode and try to you gotta go to um unknown sources like and press that. You can't even get I gotta figure out what the code is because when I go to the settings, I gotta put a password in. And it's not 00 or 1 2 3 4. I didn't put no code in here, so I don't know. And it wasn't used. So I don't know. I gotta look in the box or go online and see because if I can't do that, I can't even down because I didn't put nothing up here. It just got um the stuff that come with. I didn't put none of that stuff, but that stuff be messing it up too when you put all that stuff up there. Start slowing it down and it just start acting stupid. Cause that's why the other ones not working. Cause you gotta um, clear it off. Even when you take stuff off, it slows down the speed and stuff be freezing. Oh my god.
The kids, the kiddies.
They should be in the house. It's 11:20. And it's a school. It's Monday. It's school. I'm here for the weekend. Remember the Weekenders? You probably didn't watch it.
The weekend.
The Weekenders is a cartoon, and it was a group of teenagers, kids, and they would always they was best friends. There's like four of them. I don't know. They all went to school together, and they would play video games and do fun stuff. Like just hang out, go to the arcade, or whatever. It was just like the coming of age, I guess. It was like Rocket Power, but they were older than that. They was like, um, did they even go to school in Rocket Power?
I don't know. Yo, their father was mad irresponsible.
Raymundo was slow.
He,
So he would be
what happened to
high
their
or
mother?
something.
Yo, their mother passed away.
I don't know. That was only two people fathers. The rest they had different people. That was what's their name? Um, I don't know. Rocket Girl and what is the brother name? It was a sister and a brother. And then Sammy was another kid. And then um then they had another it was the little boy with the dreads. Those are their friends. So that was it. But they never showed the other kids' parents. Well, I think they did show T. I don't know. And then they had their Uncle Tito. Potato salad. And he kept on saying it because he was fat. He loved to eat. He was so happy. That looked like Tito's son. Well, Tito was Hawaiian though, so he didn't look like him. And Sammy was white. Well, what is the other boy name? It was another boy. I forgot. Like woogity woogity woogity. I would want to go surfing. That looks so fun.
Surfing USA.
I want to do that too. I would. Oh, Freakier Friday. That's a new movie that I didn't just watch it, but like a couple weeks ago. Freakier Friday. Remember Freaky Friday? They done made this movie so many times. Basically, like when the kids swap with the parent, like they're conscious, they still like their minds switch bodies. So now the kid is the mom and the mom is the kid. But on the outside, they still look the same. No one knows it except for them. So that was with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. They made Freaky Friday. That
Oh
was
yeah, I
like,
seen that.
but
I
they
mean,
made
I seen the preview of it.
yeah, but they made a new one. Yeah, called Freakier Friday. And now Lindsay Lohan has a daughter. She's
Yeah.
grown, and um, I like that because I
So they
like
reusing her?
yeah, they were both in it. Lindsay Lohan and the same what's her name, Jamie Lee Curtis. She was the grandmother. Cause in the first one, it was they was mom and daughter, but now Lindsay Lohan got a daughter, and it happened. The same thing happened again. They went in a restaurant. No, I don't know. She was getting married. Lindsay Lohan was getting married, and she had a stepdaughter. They didn't. The kids didn't want. Um, they didn't like each other or whatever. So they was arguing, and then she didn't want to move to France or something. The guy was from France. I don't know. I don't remember that part. I think he was from France, and they wanted to move. They wanted to move there after at some point after the wedding, and the daughter didn't want to move there. But the other daughter, that's where she's from, and her mom had died, and she like that's how she could keep her memory alive, right? Being over there or whatever. So she didn't want to because they already moved and she wanted to go back. So they was arguing and then they switched bodies again. Like everybody switched bodies. The 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 mom and Lindsay Lohan and her mother switched again, and then the two daughters, the stepdaughter and Lindsay Lohan daughter, they switched. Um, so, but it wasn't like that. They switched with the mom and the grandma. So the stepdaughter turned into Jamie Lee Curtis, and then Lindsay Lohan daughter turned into her. Like they switched, but they still look the same on the outside. But the only way they could get back is by getting along and understanding each other or whatever. But somebody put some damn voodoo. The first time they went to a Chinese restaurant and the lady heard them arguing, and she do this shit all the time. Like she hear people arguing, getting their business, and be like, "Want a fortune cookie?" or whatever, and then give them a cookie and they read it, and then some lightning strike, and then that's what happens because she trying to teach them a lesson like you need to get along and work it out. So they gotta see if things from the other person's point of view. So and that's the only way it could get back, or they're gonna be stuck like that. But nobody else knows. Like everybody else thinks they're just acting weird. So it's like they're like, what's going on? Like why y'all acting funny? But they don't know. Cause nobody's gonna believe that if you tell them they never said anything to anybody. Cause the kid said, "Why you never told me this, mom?" She was like, "Because like it sounds crazy. Would you believe that they ain't never told nobody that? They just went on with their life." Nala Nala. But I like the Disney movies. It's cool. That is a good way to get along. It ain't gonna work long term though, because the same shit gonna keep happening. Sometimes because even the way that they wasn't even around each other like that. She only, I mean, she had a kid, but like they still had issues. That's just the way they was with each other. They never was gonna be like after they switched back. They wasn't gonna stay like that. Stuff gonna keep happening. But they did another one. What was that one with Vince Vaughn? He switched with somebody. He was a serial killer, a serial unaliver or something.
Vince Vaughn, Psycho.
No, I think it was Freaky Friday, the Freaky song.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. He did do that too. I know Psycho. He played Norman Bates.
But he was this he was a serial killer.
That was a pretty good reboot. Speaking of like good reboots, that was good.
He was in that movie Domestic Disturbance with John Travolta.
Okay.
I like that movie. That boy reminded me of Macaulay Culkin when he was younger. The little boy that was in it. And they didn't believe him either. They thought he was lying. I watched Romeo Must Die. Well, I already seen it.
You've been watching the old movies again?
There's certain movies. I never said that I don't ever do that. I said there's some movies that I've watched more than once, or more than twice. But like that's if it ain't nothing to watch right now or whatever. Or they done skipped this. I hate when they do that. The last episode of Force Tommy Power is is supposed to come on, but they skipped a week, so it was supposed to come on Friday and it didn't come on. It's gonna come on next week. But I hate when they do that. And then it's the last episode. Like, why y'all playing games? Just release it. Release the Kraken. I can't wait till From come out. I do want to watch Primate because I've seen that trailer.
I watched it.
But don't tell me. I want a Bubbles. I keep saying Bubbles because that's
How did they like that?
well, there's a reason why it wasn't just a normal. It's some more movie. It's that this other movie coming out that I want to see too, or I might have. Well, I don't think it came out yet. But it's the when a person gets married, they bring the wife to the family house, and then they try to kill her, and she got till sunrise or whatever. Like she if she survived, I forgot what it's called, but they already made they already made one, and it's a sequel coming out.
Omar Epps and Halle Berry played in a movie
What?
in 1993. The Program.
What is that?
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll watch it. Saturday morning cinema. There's all these different things be coming on, so I'll just be watching like different movies. Touchstone Pictures and Goldwyn Company.
What is that movie?
I ordered some food. They always claim they doing all these stops, man. And they like,
what is that movie for? You're still recording?
yeah. Sorry, everybody.
What is the movie called when they have to kill the wife by midnight, the family? Ready or Not. Is it Ready or Not?
Ready or Not.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come.
They got a part 2?
Yeah, she survived in the first one. So they do this. It's like a ritual. Like every time a man get married, they bring a woman there, and then the whole family try.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie. That movie was good.
Yeah, so they got
like Becky. Becky was a good movie. Becky was kind of something like that.
Becky with the good hair. You seen the second one?
Yeah, Becky. Yeah.
The second one took a twist, took a turn.
She was crazy.
Who was more crazy?
She was like Home Alone, but like to the next level.
That was nothing. So now all the family members like she killed everybody in the house, so that's how she got away. But now all the like this is not just a isolated thing. Like this is a generational thing that they do. So now they gather all the people from and Sarah Michelle Gellar is in it too, I think.
Oh, okay.
And the guy from Good Son, dude.
I know she was in the first one.
And the guy from yes, she was.
You want to say that?
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Get Listed. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share and subscribe, and click the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm La Jefa.
And I'm SmileyJizzle. And we out, y'all. Tap in every Sunday.
Tap, tap, tap in.